Hey, so while you get ready to go to temple, I'm gonna put on uh some Charlie. Is that his name?
Charlie Critical?
Yeah, Moist
Yeah.
Critical. Yeah. They put on some Critical and he was just like, all right, cool. Well, I was sitting down, I was about ready to do some commissions. And what had happened was I lost it. I don't know how I lost it exactly, but I lost it in the recliner. However, I wouldn't have known that because I looked there two or probably like five different times and I could not find the pen. Avi and I like tore my apartment up looking for this one fucking pen. And eventually I just gave up and bought a new one. And then before we went to bed, I was fixing the recliner because it had a throw pillow inside of it in the back. And the pen fell out and Avi goes, uh, Ellie, you're not gonna be happy about this. And I
Yeah,
look
I,
down
I,
at
I
the floor and there's my fucking pen!
yeah, I was like, I've got some bad news. I mean, it's
And
technically good news, but
it's
it's
good
bad
news.
news.
It's good news. Honestly, it's just I had an extra pen for a tablet that got scratched up anyways. So I don't even use it anymore. I had to throw it away.
Hello, the news. You're gonna want to see this.
You're gonna want to see that. You're gonna want to see
Breaking
that.
news: content grows very large.
My mom
Yeah,
my mom, everyone here knows about Breaking Bad becoming cool, funny, haha meme, right?
yeah. How it ended in like 2006, and then now it's funny.
2012, 2012.
Yeah, I know. I know where it was. I was just being hyperbolic.
Oh, well, anywho, let me just turn this up a little bit. So, my mom has always loved Breaking Bad, like unironically loves Breaking Bad. And she was like, is Breaking Bad becoming cool now? And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I have been seeing so many memes lately on Twitter. And I was
Hold
like,
on.
oh,
No,
Mom, I
no,
wasn't aware you had a Twitter.
no,
And she was like,
no.
yeah. She was like, yeah, I just use it to follow things on there, but I just see so many like I see a lot of I see a lot of Breaking Bad like memes, but I just don't understand them. I was like, yeah, huh? Don't understand them, Mom. You know what? Good for you. She's like, well, I'm just
Oh
so glad people are watching Breaking Bad. And I'm like,
my god, I'm a huge fan of fucking.
sure thing, Momther. Sure thing.
I just saw a
Uh,
thing
Sure.
where it was like Jesse is transgender, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, I think that I don't remember where that spawned from, but I know that's like 100% a joke. I wonder where that spawned. Like, I want to hope that it's like somebody genuinely thought Jesse was trans.
Listen, who's saying that she isn't?
What? What? That's all I heard.
It sounds like you're talking through a pillow.
Well, maybe because I have giant fat titties and I need to put my phone somewhere. But
Why don't you just set it on your desk?
because I'm in my bed right now, and my bed is like far away from my desk, so if I put my phone on my desk and I start talking like this, you will not hear me.
I guess.
If I talk any louder than this, my dad's gonna be like, he's gonna knock on my door and be like, "Fuck you."
When Genshin be making hot enemies. I don't play Genshin, so
Genshin, when Genshin has hot anything aside from fire.
I mean, what is it that one guy? He's got white hair and he's got like the red markings all over him. He's cute.
I mean,
He's like an Oni, I think.
that's fair. I will say though, like
Will I
my my
always bully Genshin players? Absolutely.
my favorite disconnect is the disconnect between Genshin fans who are like, this guy's kind of hot. He's kind of an attractive little man, and then, OMG, daddy, ooh, daddy, wow, oh my God, his daddy milkers, and it's just fucking nothing.
It doesn't. I don't understand that. I never understood. Like, are we just like, are we being baited when I hear like Genshin players say that characters are like beefy and shit, and then
Yeah.
they're not at all? Are we being punked?
I've never seen a beefy Genshin character.
I've never, like, again, the closest one was that Oni character I was just describing. That is the closest thing to a beefcake. No, I don't watch Cyberpunk. I wasn't really into the game, and I wasn't really gonna.
I mean, I'm also not into the game at all. But I've heard that
I've heard the anime is really good. I have heard the anime is incredible.
I'm gonna watch
I
it
kinda hope
because
it
it is in the Trigger discography, and I will get to all of the Trigger shows at some point, except for Darling in the Franxx,
Why not that? Why not that one?
because I don't want to.
Oh,
Fair.
I think when was this? It was one morning when you were over. Gavin showed you Fooly Cooley.
Oh yeah,
Pretty.
I remember that. It was great. I thought I was having a panic attack the entire time.
Dude, that's how I feel about watching most Trigger shows.
Yeah, listen.
It's just here's the thing. Trigger shows are not bad. By any means, Trigger shows are not bad. They're beautiful. They look beautiful, and they're wonderfully animated. But it is very intense.
Yeah.
It's a very intense experience watching a Trigger show.
Yeah, when you watch a Trigger show, you get the full experience of please help me. I'm scared and confused, Mom. I'm lost.
Almost like it
I'm scared.
triggers you.
No.
No.
Damn it.
I'm
Mom,
going
can
to
you come
fucking
pick me up? There's
just
popcorn
increase
for
my
everybody.
size until I can squish you.
All right, let's not get too crazy here.
Listen.
Anyways, the
Pick me
character.
up for watching
It was
serious
really
Trigger
funny
shows.
recently. I was watching One Piece with that man, and the fucking giant mermaid came on screen. And don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, and
No, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I was like, oh hell yeah, big mermaid, and that man's just like sitting like, what the fuck is it called? And I'm like, what are you thinking about? And he's like, what's that thing that Medi has? And I'm like, macrophilia, and he's like, yeah, that.
Oh my god. What was it?
Badass.
So, I'm trying to do this more often. I'm trying to let you guys know what we're trying today. So a lot of you, I don't, if you know me personally, you may have seen me throw this image around. And this post was I saw this post from a D&D Twitter account, and it was like, oh, a D&D character, but they're obsessed with hearts. And I took that and I made it my whole personality for a week. So now, finally, I'm actually doing it. I'm actually now making the character who is obsessed with hearts. But the catch is that she is obsessed with hearts, literally and figuratively. What I'm saying is that she's a warlock who harvests harvests hearts for her patron.
I love it.
Nice.
I think that's
And she's a smug princess who is obnoxiously girly. Her patron is, and I have to look how to spell this, or how to pronounce. I can spell it. I can't pronounce it though. It'd save my goddamn life. What is it called? Her patron is Gonadar, if you know who Gonadar is. Essentially, his patron, he requires living or body part sacrifices once a day.
Okay.
So I'm gonna if I ever play her, her name is Lamb because she is a changeling actually, and so because changelings have to have like one syllable names, and so because of that, it's spelled LAM, and I don't know what race she's going to have as her like front. Probably human, just to keep the simplicity. Also, I have like a bajillion elves and tieflings, so I'd like to mix it up once in a while.
Fair.
I'm
I like to
currently
keep
playing.
guessing.
I'm currently playing a Minotaur character.
Nice.
I'm playing. So I'm playing an elf character for my Saturday games, which we don't have a Saturday game tonight. And then for Boonslayer's campaign, I'm playing my barbarian gnome. Oh, it's just like what you think. She's a Southern Belle gnome who wields big giant axe.
Yes. Excellent.
So, you know, it's really funny. Also, I gave her hip dips.
Eee.
I gave her hip dips. We must include the hip dips. If we don't, then we're committing a sin.
What's a hip dip?
A hip dip then?
A hip dip sin.
Yep.
Hip dip 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 dip. Hip dip sin.
Hip dipperson.
Hip dipperson. Dip dipperson. Dip dap dip dapperson. Oh, Prod or block it? Question.
Yes.
I was gonna ask you this the other day, and I completely forgot. Is it okay if I do that one commission on stream at any point,
Yes.
or do you want to keep it like? Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to keep it on a hush hush, but
I'm currently drawing the shadows for those things in my stream, so it would be dumb for me to say no.
I didn't know.
Yes.
Well, you know what I know?
I appreciate the ask.
What do you know?
Not much.
Well, you know what you do know?
What?
Zansei Roga.
I do know that. I'm a real not big fan of any time I see like battle damaged Vegeta and he has like 1/18 of his sleeve still sticking out of his glove. I'm like, take that out. Take it out. Why are you even still wearing that glove?
Night Teller, thank you for the subscription. I hope you enjoy your time here.
I can bodies. The perfect one, so put it on me. If you love me right, we fuck for life. Oh, so Gavin and I have both agreed we are going to watch Rise of the TMNT every week.
Good.
Hopefully. Well, because Gavin was like, no, I've heard no, I've been hearing it everywhere. Blah, 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 blah. The movie was like a game changer for the show because everyone at first was like, the show sucks. And then the movie came out and they were like, oh my God. And I was like, an entire fandom's opinion of one show was changed by a movie. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I gotta see what this shit's about. You don't just say that casually and think I'm not gonna get a little interested. Like, there's absolutely no feasible way. No feasible way that I could just let that slide.
People saw the movie and they were like, this is what it was building to? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm... Okay, now I have to remember how to draw hip dips. Uh-oh.
God, CEO is still going on right now. I really hope someone tags me before the reveal happens. If there is one. That would be crazy. Oh no! Oh no, Ellie!
What did I do?
I found a fucking. Hold on, look at no mic. I found the fucking.
Oh
I found the thing.
God.
Ever.
What did you
It's-
do?
No, it's Gojo, fucking beating the shit out of Miguel with Ed and Eddie sound.
Oh, I think I was the one that liked that one.
Oh no, it just says funny tweets for me, so I didn't know you see it.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I just know I liked that specific tweet.
It's really
That's
good.
funny. That's really, really hilarious, actually.
Oh, I'm also a huge fan of that shot.
I will say, I had to stifle some laughter when that scene came up on, like, in the theater. Because that was kind of funny.
God.
I'm sorry. I keep referencing, like, that week, but honestly, it was genuinely one of my favorite weeks this year.
It was really nice.
which is great because I don't have many of those good weeks this year.
Kind of fucked up. The top Japanese Smash Ultimate players have to fly all the way across the world just to compete in fucking Maryland. It's
Just
fucking
say,
true.
I always, you know, I have an issue when it comes to drawing thicker thighs. I always have an issue. I always have an issue with this because I try not to give them like thigh gaps because that's physically impossible for them to have thigh gaps if they're super thick.
Unless they got
Mhm.
really wide hips.
You know, I don't think she's got that wide of hips, like in comparison with her whole body. Like her hips have to be in the stratosphere. They had to have fucking no clipped in the back rooms.
I hate this.
What? What did I do?
No.
I didn't say
No, it's not.
anything.
Anytime I just randomly say something such as "I hate this," just assume I'm looking at Twitter.
Well, half the time you say it after I say something cursed.
Oh, that's true. But also look at
So-
that. It's brisket.
Oh my god, what? What is this?
Brisket.
What is this?
No.
What am I? Oh. Oh.
It took
It
me a
said beef
second.
biscuit.
Avi.
Hmm.
Avi, I feel like. You know what? I'll tell you later.
Okay, great.
I'll tell you later. I will most likely forget to tell you later, but I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Hey, Avi, we're still friends, right?
Yeah.
I can like Hitler, right?
God, no, yes.
From the fucking watch party.
Ellie, listen.
What's up?
Listen.
Yeah.
We
What's up?
were hanging out. You and I were just sitting around doing funky shit, and we sat and we made an agreement to each other. We agreed that you and I get one, and then we erased our memory of that moment. But because you got your one recently, I now have the memory of it, and your one was liking Hitler.
By Hitler, we mean Geto Suguru from Jujutsu Kaisen, not
Yeah, who-
actual Hitler.
Listen, instead,
So wait,
Actually-
what's your one for me?
oh, I don't know yet. It has to happen first.
I mean, you can be biphobic to me if you want.
I'm not going to be biphobic to you. That's not constructive.
Neither is
But-
anti-Semitism.
It's not anti-Semitic to like Hitler.
You sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
This whole conversation is
You
concerning.
can. What's up,
Hey,
Butler?
Avi. I
Yeah,
don't. Avi, I don't.
You can like his design and be like, man, what a.
Are we
what a-
talking about actual Hitler now, or are we talking about Geto Suguru?
We're talking about Geto Suguru. Here's what I'm actually. If you think about it, isn't he like reverse Hitler, where instead of like trying to eliminate like just the 0.1% of the world so that we get a bunch like just 199%, we're
he's
taking away the
essentially trying to
99%
get-
so we can
he's
have
trying-
just one.
Yeah, it's like the reverse eat the rich.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
become poor.
Become poor with me, please.
That had to be the most jarring, like, out of context conversation. I want
Oh,
to get a
hi Skittles! How you doing?
good. Recovering from being a little frazzled, considering I went to get a snack, came back, sat down. I was like, all right, let me put in my earbuds so I can listen to my buddies as they stream and draw. And I just hear, it's not anti-Semitic to like Hitler, and I did a double take.
Yeah, that's mine and Avi's conversations in a nutshell. Okay, so if you're not gonna be biphobic towards me, then what can be your one?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what? You can be Hitus. No, never mind. You're Hitus every day. That doesn't count.
That's literally true.
You're Hitus every day. I can't. Eat shit. Pound
mean,
salt.
listen,
Pound
man,
salt in your ass, Avi.
Listen, I was at the Artells last night, and I think the tallest one in that family is like 5'5". and there's like
Look at
12.
me, I'm Avi, I'm 5'9".
Actually, I think I'm 5'8".
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a short king. I'm a mid-sized ruler.
You're mid in height, but you're not mid in my heart.
I'm pretty mid.
Avi,
I think mid's a good word.
take my words of affection.
Hold on, I need to change my Twitter bio.
Okay. Well, at least I gave you
There.
something to work with.
I just added mid to the end. Now when somebody calls you mid on Twitter, you can say, "Oh, look at that, an astute observation," and just screenshot your bio. No, you know what it is? It's people saying to me like, "Man, your name sure is accurate because you're an idiot," and I'm like,
Yeah. Thank you. Congratulations. You can read.
Congratulations. I'm standing up. I'm not crouching right now. You fucks.
Someone on Twitter who reads.
Yeah, dude. Listen.
Fear.
Do you think? Okay, wait. If people on Twitter can't read and Dragon Ball fans can't read, are Dragon Ball fans on Twitter double illiterate?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
That means Naruto fans are in the same boat.
They're
Cool.
smacking their cavemen. Trying to be close.
No, okay, listen, Skittles, my dear, my sweet love, my darling dear, you've never been more accurate in your fucking life when it comes to the Dragon Ball community. As someone who's in the Dragon Ball community adjacent asterisk, double asterisk, it really does seem like Oonga Boonga.
Life is all about risks. I take a risk. I don't win.
I take a risk every time I have to talk to somebody who's a Dragon Ball fan that isn't like within my friend group.
Yeah, there's a big risk involved.
Take a risk for Dragon Ball fans as a queer woman. Queer woman or a person of color. I'm not a person of color, but I'm saying that as it because you can either get one of three things: sexism, homophobia, or racism. Sometimes you get it all in one go if you talk to a Dragon Ball fan on Twitter.
Is it really that bad?
Yep.
It's awful.
I'm a real big fan of how like One Piece teaches people ideas of like morality and like friendship and various like good ideas, and One Piece fans take into account none of it.
I will say, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm just not in the fandom. I don't think I've ever met like a toxic One Piece fan.
The most toxic One Piece fans get is them being really obnoxious about One Piece being better than your favorite show.
That does get annoying after a while. I say that as the Jujutsu
like,
Kaisen.
Yeah, no, for real. Like, it's true though, but like,
Eat shit.
Listen, man. One thing I will 100% say though is that I completely understand people who are like, it's too long, because like it is. It's like a shit-zillion years long.
I said this last stream, and I will always say it because I've had people like tell me that, oh, you're a Naruto fan, you don't get to complain about the length of a show because like Naruto's like 700 plus episodes, and I just look at them and I go, do you think I fucking watched all 700 episodes?
Also, like, you can enjoy a show that's super long and then not want to get into other long shows. The difference is that the show that you did get into grabbed your fucking attention, and a show that isn't grabbing your attention, you don't want to have to sit through 1,000 episodes of it to get all the memes.
And the thing too, right, is I gave One Piece a chance twice. I gave them 2 chances, and I just couldn't do it. I think at that point it's not even just the length. It's just it's the genre. I just couldn't get into it. Here's the thing, right? I have no doubt in my mind that One Piece is probably amazing and wonderful and great, but I just can't do it.
I tried to get into One Piece years ago. I think I got through like a good amount of episodes through like the first season, but that was when I had a crappy laptop and then it died. And then I fell off for a while. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should try and get back to that. And I saw how many episodes it was, and I got so overwhelmed just from the number of episodes, I like held it off, and I never went. I never continued.
Right.
It was
It's
so funny.
Right.
I feel
'Cause
like
I-
with shows that big, I feel like you have to either like have been following it with each like episode post, so like you were there for like while they were making like the different
Lanes.
episodes, so you're like following along with it, and it's not like a huge mouthful to take it in once, or you're just so invested in it that you're totally content with just like spending so much of your time catching up.
Oh yeah,
I was
like-
there on
like
those
you could-
planes.
Yeah, you can be like me and be like a freak. And
Yeah,
like
it took you like a month to get like halfway through the series.
yeah, no, listen, I started okay, here's the I started watching One Piece. I got to Usopp's Island, and then I thought to myself, I've watched all this before in One Piece and laughed infinitely harder. Why am I doing this? This is lame. And then I stopped watching for like 3 months. And then
See,
I
that's
watched
what I was
Trigun, and I was like, man, what a good old classic anime. What's another classic anime I can watch that I haven't seen yet? Seen Dragon Ball, not fucking watching Berserk. I'm gonna read that instead. Naruto, fuck no. Bleach, fuck no. Gintama, fuck no.
Okay, Gintama's actually kind of cute. It's kind of funny. I really do like it.
And then I just sat and thought, and I was like, you know what? Oh no, you know the straw was I saw I was listening to CSB, and they were talking about like we need to fucking batten down the hatches, and Pat's like, what? Oda's taking a break. Pat's just like wide-eyed, like, what the fuck? He's taking a break? Why? It's like, just set up the last fucking arc of One Piece. they both went crazy, and I'm like, oh wait, One Piece is ending? Oh, I gotta be there for that.
But what was it?
I was going to say that I tried watching One Piece. I got as far as One Piece did, and I couldn't get over how much I was enjoying One Piece more than I was enjoying the actual show.
Like, speaking of a bridge series, I don't know if any of you guys like Team 4-Star.
Oh, I do.
Oh, hi, Susie.
There is
You have-
rumors. There's rumors of another channel picking up where Dragon Ball Z Abridged left off.
Really?
There is, if you actually, Avi, go in my general chat, Death Alchemist linked that a video
Hi, Susan.
in there. Suzeltones, hello.
You have been-
I
you
guess I'll have
been
to.
rated. Thank you.
What was it? I was gonna say something. Oh, no, you know what the greatest part about going on this journey vicariously through Avi is?
What?
No, because I gave Avi my Crunchyroll account.
Yeah.
And I will have times where I'll go back and like I'll be looking through anime what I can watch or whatever, and like totally avoid watching Inuyasha like I said I was going to, but we're not talking about that right now.
As an Inuyasha fan, I totally understand.
No, because here's the problem, right? I literally don't care about the length of that one because it's not like it's only like what, 3? It's like 3 or 4 seasons. But either way, I watched the first episode. I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch the next episode. What is this? Jujutsu Kaisen? La di da di da. So that's what happened. That's what ended up happening there. I can't watch more than one anime at a time. It's impossible.
It's not so much the length as to why I'm like I totally get it. It's I love Inuyasha. It's one of like the nostalgic animes for me. But even I, as I watch it, get kind of annoyed when they're just constantly screaming each other's names, and then every single episode has a recap of what happened in the last episode. I'm like, I get it. I'm binging through the whole thing. I know what happened.
Well, but
it's just they're screaming each other's name throughout the entire episode, and then there's the recap where they're just screaming each other's
And then
names
there's-
the
Well-
entire time.
And
Listen.
then there's Inuyasha constantly chasing after his dead girlfriend, and then Kagome getting upset, and then him being like, man, I'm an asshole, and everybody's like, man, you're an asshole. And then literally a few episodes later, he's like, I gotta go chase my dead girlfriend again.
Dude,
well, anyway, back to what I was saying real quick. So Avi gave Avi my Crunchyroll account because he wanted to watch anime on it, and I have premium, which is fine. I was it I give my friends my streaming stuff all the time because I understand in this economy, honey, we need to look out for each other. I have like 5 people in my Hulu right now because I have the no ads, but I love like going through like Crunchyroll at like 2 in the morning because I work third shift, so I have to be up at like really late hours at night. And I'll just like maybe at one point like midnight I'll look at Crunchyroll and I'd be like, oh okay, Avi's on this episode. Like 2 hours later, he's like 20 episodes ahead. I said, I'm like, again, really?
Yeah, dude.
And that's
No.
what this feels like. I'm going through this journey vicariously through him with no context as to what's going on. I just know like by from midnight to 3 o'clock, he's like 20 episodes ahead.
Dude, it's so funny because like because here's the best thing about binging One Piece is that okay, let's take like one episode and say that equates to the entire series. Let's say like from 0 seconds to 28 or to 22 minutes, that is like the whole thing in terms of like percentage. 25% of the episode you just skip. It's all recap. It's 5 minutes of recap. So that makes every episode 18 minutes or 17 minutes. But then the last minute is either ED for 1 minute 30 seconds and then next time on, or just next time on. So every episode ends up being like 15 minutes, which makes it super bingeable. It's super easy to just go in and binge it. And then if you even go even farther and skip all the parts that it redoes over and over through like flashing back to 3 seconds ago, or like the eye catch happens and then they repeat the last scene, like that also gives you an extra like minute. It's really about watching Naruto. It's about watching One Piece as efficiently as humanly possible, and it's why I'm skipping like all the filler. It's why I'm it's just having fun. But it's so great skipping to that 5 minutes in and with me and Susie, and we're both just sitting there going bub 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 bop 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 bop.
But you know, it's so funny because I said this to Gavin because Gavin's a big My Hero Academia fan. The biggest issue I had, especially, I stopped watching after season 2. And this is the pettiest reason, they kept flashing back to like 2 minutes ago every like 5 minutes. It was actually hard to watch because of that. It was genuinely hard to watch because they kept doing it. And I was like, does it get better? And he's like, damn. Anyway, I'm like, you're telling me they still do that shit? Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how to draw shoes.
God.
I tried. I really wanted to like My Hero Academia. And if you do, I don't care. It's fine. I don't give a shit. I joke. I give shit to Horikoshi, not you.
Dude.
I love the fact that like Disney is getting upsetty spaghetti with him.
You ever think about how like you ever seen that image of like the regular show gang all sitting on the hill and then it's all of them dead except for Skips?
Yeah.
That's
sure.
how I feel. That's how I feel about like 90s anime and Oda. Like Dragon Ball, Naruto. I know Bleach is getting redone. I don't know if like is it getting redone or is it getting finished?
It was finished already.
Okay, so yeah, Bleach.
I'd ask Blaze about that.
Yeah, I just love the idea of Oda. It's like One Piece is still fucking going, still going, and the reason why
technically Naruto's still going.
Oh, I mean, okay, still going and is good. But
well, that had to have been first in the first.
Yeah. It's crazy to me because the reason why One Piece is so fucking long is because Oda had the entire story set up before he put pen to paper.
When he was like 6.
Yeah. So all the time. He has all the time in the world to just world build.
Oh,
So
okay,
you
never mind. It's getting finished. Leech is getting finished.
Yeah, so you just get. Oh, okay, gotcha. So you get like, you arrive on an island in like an early One Piece arc, and it's like, oh, cool. I wonder what this island is like. And then you get 5 episodes of just like, all right, here's the culture, here's how people transport, here's the transportation, here's the unique technology, here's everything. And it's like, thank God, now I know this place like the back of my hand.
And that's fine, I guess. I think the abundance of world building would like kind of freak me out.
That's fair. It's mostly just because like you're 100% allowed to like be on an island, learn all about it, and then finish the island arc, and then forget about that island. Because if you forget about it, you will be surprised later.
Oh, no, I'm a Game of Thrones fan. I get it.
Yeah, dude.
I understand. And here's the thing, right? I think probably some of my favorite pieces of writing is, and this gets me every time. It's just it's a one-off like throwaway line. Season 1, by like season 5 or 4 or 5, they bring it up and they're like, "Hey, remember that one thing that we said like 3 seasons ago?"
Yeah,
And they're like, "No." And it's like, "Well, guess what?
it's why I think
It's important."
It's why Ultra Instinct is way better handled than Super Saiyan, but 90s kids are way too fucking stuck in the 90s to really pay attention to the fact that it kind of came out of nowhere.
I don't know. Cause my sister's a millennial, like hella millennial. And she has 2 kids, and she has now officially done the back when I was a kid shit. She does that to her kids all the time. And I had to tell her, I was like, "Hey, Chelsea, hey, sissy, my love, kiss, kiss. You know what you're doing right now, right?" She's like, "No." I was like, "You're doing the same thing that mom used to do, and dad. And remember when you hated it?" She's like, "Oh God, oh no." I was like, "Yeah, yes." No, because like she's been doing it a lot lately.
You know,
Cause like, huh?
I had a really bad joke.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You either die a child or live long enough to
Live
become
to
a
see
parent.
Well, it's because and like, so I babysit her kids every now and then. When I say babysit, they're like 10 and 11, so babysit. And you know what? I think she's just gonna have. I don't know what she's gonna have. I'm keeping the boots, right? But I don't know what to do with like. I think I might give her like a back thing here. I don't know, but what was it? And so her kids are kind of iPad kids. It's hard to explain. They're kind of like in a weird limbo state of like they're iPad kids, but like they play with Bakugans all the time and trade Pokemon cards. I don't know. But they had my sister like doesn't allow them to watch a lot of movies and TV shows. So that's where I come in and breaks all of her rules. And they were watching. I think they had never seen Spirited Away, and so we put it on for them. And my nephew, at this time he was like 9 years old. He says, and I quote, "Man, people like imagine it, like people imagining these like weird pig things." And every like people, what was it? What was like the conversation had something to do with like imaginary friends, right? And I was like, "Oh yeah, I had imaginary friend growing up. It was a floating piece of Elmer's glue." We're not going to get into that in this stream. However, I was like, "Oh yeah, this stuff reminds me of like the stuff I would imagine when I was a little kid." And he was like, my nephew was like, "Anna Elizabeth, that's kind of cringe." I was like,
Oh.
"What do you mean cringe?" And he was like, "You're like imagining things in your head." Like, And I was like, yeah, it's called imagination, Hunter. And he's like, yeah, but like, don't people with schizophrenia do that?
What?
I'm like, where did you get that kind of language?
Imagine being like, people with schizophrenia are cringe.
Dude, that's basically what my 9-year-old nephew said.
Oh my god.
I was like, Hunter, we're gonna introduce you to some media that you need to be watching as a child, and not whatever the fuck your mom has watched.
Cringe.
Imagination is for schizophrenic people, and schizophrenic people are cringe. That is what I got from that conversation.
Oh my god.
They're watching
This-
too much Dr. Phil and Steve Wilkos.
I
This
don't
new
know what the
generation-
fuck they're watching. I don't know what the fuck my sister's letting them watch, because last I checked, all my sister does is watch fucking Hallmark videos and Christian news networks. So I don't know where the fuck he got that from.
Probably
I
from
asked
the
her
Disney
about-
News Network.
And I was like, I asked her, I like texted her, and I was like, so when did Hunter know what the word schizophrenic meant, and why is it wrong? And she's like, I don't know where the fuck he got that from. Come to find out, when you said Dr. Phil, yeah, you weren't too far off, because my grandmother, who lives at my mom's house, because Hunter changes her cat's litter box when he comes over there, and she just lets him watch Dr. Phil, and so that's where he gets all he doesn't understand what any of these terms mean.
Oh, of course.
Especially at the time, because he was 9. But he was like saying shit like schizophrenic, and he I remember randomly I was making them breakfast, and Hunter goes, Anna Elizabeth, do you have BPD?
Oh my god, little armchair psychologist over here.
And I'm like, Hunter, please explain to me what BPD is. I want to hear it from your mouth. He's like, I don't know. I was asking if you had it. I was like, when your mom could hook me up with a therapist, we'll figure it out. I love those little burgers, you know? I love them so much.
Children are insane.
And of course, I will always remind them of this when they're older.
Okay. I finally figured it out.
Fucking imagination is for schizophrenia.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing, right? Don't cancel my nephew. It was last year, okay? He's learned that it can't just start.
Oh
He's
yes,
learned
let's
from his
cancel a
mistakes.
10-year-old.
No, because I know for a fact that someone will fucking do it, dude. Pour it out of context.
I mean, yeah.
Take this out of context.
Especially
and-
if he had like social media and then someone would be like, oh my god, we have to cancel this 9-year-old because he's spreading misinformation about schizophrenia.
I just imagine like he's just like tearing up at the like a fucking school lunch table, sipping his apple juice, and someone asks what's wrong, and he's
Excuse me.
just like,
Excuse me,
I
he's in,
don't-
excuse me, he's in 5th grade now. Okay, he drinks high C. He's a little
Well,
more classy than that.
he's sipping his IC, he's tearing up. Someone asks what's wrong. I got canceled on Twitter.
No, you know what the greatest part is? So my sister had Haley, who's 11. I was 12 when she had her. Me and my sister are very like far apart in age. And so it's so interesting being like very not close to their age, but like an adult close enough to like their age, so I know a lot about like internet shit, Roblox, Minecraft. My favorite thing with my niece, with Haley, is sitting down and letting her explain what Discord is to me. And she, you know what? Here's the thing. When I was a kid, I was always like shut down, right? I was shut down a lot from like exploring and trying to talk to my parents. about things that I learned
Yeah.
in school and stuff like that. I was always shut down for that. So I do my best to not do that to her. But it is really funny watching her and like trying not to say it, like that I know what it is. Because I want her to have a chance to like express like her interests and
We'll
like
be right back, actually.
and like, you know, practice like speaking to others and forming like her own knowledge and putting it to words.
Yeah.
Because that is a very it's a good skill to have. So I try to encourage her to do that, but it's really cool. It's really funny, haha funny, when she's like explaining to me what the Roblox oof sound, where that meme came from. And I'm just like, wow, so fascinating. So great. Amazing. Do not quote the scripture to me, child. I was there when it was written.
No, it just.
Are you still not over like canceling the 10-year-old?
I'm not. It's so funny. It's funny, but it's also kind of tragic because there are people who fucking
They will
would.
try. They would try to do it. And that's what like bothers me. That's why I say that. Like, dude, guys, and luckily, like my sister, the smartest thing that my sister has been doing with her kids is they are not allowed to have social media in terms of like they're not allowed to have Twitter, they're not allowed to have Facebook.
Good.
The only reason they have Discord is because some of their like online classes were on there.
Okay.
But like they are only allowed to talk to the friends. Like if Haley has like one online friend, and my sister had to like talk to her parents and everything.
Yeah.
Like my sister is like diligent about this shit.
Good.
Because she knew what happened to me and my unlimited access to the internet. And she's like, my kids are not ending up like you. I was like, what, mentally ill? And she's like, yeah. Like, well.
Oh, your Valentine, babe. Thank you for the subscription. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Well, mentally ill and gay. But we'll get that conversation for another time.
I don't know if the internet did that.
It certainly didn't help it.
Well, yeah.
It certainly heightened it. I told you guys my gay awakening, didn't I?
You might have, but I may have forgotten.
It was the work from home music video by Fifth Harmony. I'm not kidding. My lesbian friend was showing it to me and I felt something weird. I was like, wow, why is everybody hot? Oh no. Looks like I'm not just bi-curious anymore. I've evolved. Dun dun dun
I have
dun,
ascended.
dun 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 dun.
Bi-curious digivolve too.
Yeah. That's what happened. That was the noise I made when I found out I was bisexual. Anytime I can make Susie laugh is a good day for me. Susie's laugh does give me serotonin.
Yeah.
Susie has an adorable laugh.
Susie has an incredibly funny laugh that just, I can't help but laugh with her. But yeah. I don't know. I'm glad that I mean, I call them my kids all the time. Just because they are my kids. They're my children. I love them. I always tell my sister I hate everyone's kids but yours. Because it's true. I hate everyone's kids but hers.
Excellent.
Huh.
I'm over here. I love kids.
I mean, I don't really hate kids. I kind of play it up as the joke. I don't really hate kids. I just really don't want any at the moment.
And that's completely fair.
My mom finally got off my ass about it recently.
Well, that's
I
good.
have learned to hate children.
Yeah.
And for
Well, because
you,
I see people
I
like
understand why.
I see people like dislike kids, and then I see people like hate kids to like an unhealthy degree. That's weird.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah.
Like if you're like, I want to punt them like I did. I'm like, Jesus Christ! What did a kid like murder your family and like piss on your crops? Like what the fuck did a child do to you?
It's possible.
There
Susie.
are always always those like intrusive thoughts of like you want to punch a child, but like
I
not
don't know. Why
to
is it always punt? I don't know. I just don't get it.
They're
I just don't
at
understand.
it's the
puntable height.
distance.
Because
Because you're efficient in punting.
Jesus Christ,
Am I wrong?
Maybe. Who knows?
You want to see how far it'll go?
Alright. Let's not get crazy here. But, you know, I can't bring myself to, like, viscerally hate children. I don't like, I think I've come to the conclusion, it's not that I don't like kids, I don't like how certain parents parent.
Yes.
Because a lot of the times, it's never the kid's fault.
It's the parent.
Like, the parent is the one that's, like, fucking up exponentially.
Yeah. The parent's the one where they're like, oh yeah, I know they're doing this, like, horrible behavior, but I don't want to punish them because it'll make me look like the bad guy.
Well, and here's the thing, right? People, for some reason, are equating that type, like passive parenting to gentle parenting, which is not true. I think that one of the most important things that I've learned when it comes to watching gentle parenting stuff is that the punishment always makes sense to the what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hitting is never like on the table because there's no reason to.
Yeah.
What you're showing your child is that you should always react to your problems with violence. And, you know, kids are fucking sponges.
Yeah.
If they see violence going on in the home, they're gonna bring that out to the rest of the world, then we all gotta deal with that shit.
They're like, oh, if this person is making me upset, that means I'm allowed to hit them because when I make mommy upset, she hits me.
Well, and, you know, I was too much of a pussy to do that, but honestly, I feel like I should have. Maybe I would have been bullied a lot less, but, you know, who knows. But I see, like, these parents, like, talk about, like, gentle parenting. I've seen gentle parents when they talk about, like, oh, we always try to, like, talk things out and see what the root of the problem is. And a lot of people, like, especially older generations, equate that to, like, oh, you're just gonna let this problem fester, you're gonna let it happen, and just, like, no, this is actively, like, seeing what's wrong, because kids don't really quite understand proper communication yet.
I feel like that says a lot about the older generation where they're like, talking it out just lets the problem fester. It's like, do you not understand what talking means?
Well, because they actually, I saw a video talking about this, and it actually kind of makes sense, like observing it from older generations. They are used to immediate consequences.
Yeah.
They don't think about things in the long term, because they think about right now.
Yeah.
This is an issue right now. They don't think, well, you know, what might be the reason that they're doing this. Again, kids don't know how to
communicate.
Kids don't know how to communicate with anything other than immediate, because that's all they know.
Yeah.
If you show them that there's, like, another option to talking your problems out, like, you know, maybe they're angry with somebody at school. Maybe they're getting bullied at school and they don't know how else to deal with those big emotions.
Yeah.
So the parents can sit down, rummage through the issue that's going on, find the source, and then take care of that. The problem eventually will go away once you take care of the source of the problem.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you know, older generations never really were able to, you know, experience, especially, like, with our parents, Gen Xers. It's something that I've noticed they're not able to look at the bigger picture. They have to look at the immediate.
Which is kind of hilarious because, like, aren't they always talking about, like, oh, this generation and their fucking immediate gratification, blah blah blah. Like, nobody has any ability to, like, not be constantly entertained. And it's like, you maybe you're projecting a little.
Oh no, 100%. I love hearing I love hearing older, like, boomers in particular call millennials and Gen Zers entitled, and I always have to remind them. I'm like, weren't you called the me generation because you were really entitled? Like, the boomers were called the me generation for a very long time by their parents because they were constantly they were entitled and self-centered. Methinks, you know?
Projection is a hell of a drug.
It's just really funny looking at that and just really like looking at what it is now, because as again I have many horror stories when it comes to me in my time as a customer service person. You really start to see where that entitlement just never went away. It's just really funny to me. I think so, anyways.
It never went away. They were just able to hide it because children didn't understand what it meant.
It's so weird. It's so funny, but it's so weird.
Guys, I gotta bounce, but just know that you guys are very much loved.
You are also loved, Stone.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Have a good one, then. So yeah, if a boomer tries to tell you that that our generations are too entitled and whatnot, just remind them that they used to be called the me generation.
Who started calling them boomers? Did they start calling themselves boomers to get away from that?
No, they were called baby boomers because that was the boom. That was the boom of babies after the World War II.
Okay.
It's a huge boom of children being born.
The only reason we call them boomers now is because they just had a lot of sex.
Yeah, after the Second World War, there was just a lot of babies being born.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, so that's the only reason they're called baby boomers. They were called that when the whole thing was going on. Yeah,
I kind of like
that's kind of it.
I kind of like the switch up in that it's like, oh my god, the war ended and like now we've recognized that like we could die at any time. Let's fuck. And now people are like, we could die at any time. Why the fuck would we waste time raising children when we can spend that money traveling the world and doing things that are worthwhile? Especially when you have so little fucking money to work with.
Well, and like I said, my mom recently, my mom sat down and she was like, I don't care if you don't ever have kids. Because she used to be one of those parents that was like, when am I going to get grandkids? When am I going to get grandkids? I'm sitting here like, Mom, you have 2 right there.
But I want
but like, you're going to get married soon. You're going to give me grandkids? And I'm like, no. Do you think I am mentally stable enough to carry another human being in this world?
Plus, it's like, you guys aren't gonna care for the kids. I'm gonna care for the kids. So, like, maybe you should wait until I'm ready so the kids don't grow up fucked up and think their parents are horrible and their grandparents are the best in the world. Maybe? Question mark?
Well, my mom sat me down like after I got married, and she was well, actually no, it was before I was getting married. She did my nails. I was like, yeah, blah, 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 kids. And she's like, I've really thought about it. Because Mom and I had a long conversation about the last time she asked about grandkids.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I had a long thought. My mom is very, I will say, as much as my mom can be a little bit much and intense, she's very, retrospective.
Oh, that's good.
She can definitely, look into herself and go, okay, she is able to say I was wrong.
She can self-reflect.
That is not that's a very rare thing in parents nowadays.
You're fucking kidding.
Well, she was painting my nails and she's like, Elizabeth, I had an aha moment. And I was like, you're right. I shouldn't be forcing you to have children, because you are in a much better spot than I was growing up. You are, because she was basically, due to her environment, she kind of had the only way out was to get married before she graduated high school because her living environment was god awful. And so she was like, I worked hard so that my kids didn't have to have the struggles that I did. And, while I love my children very much, I didn't really get a choice in the matter. and she actually said that's wrong of me to not give you that same blessing to have a choice or feel like pressured to do so.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm sorry. She said, I'm sorry. Like, actively apologize.
Oh,
And
that's
she's
nice.
like, she said, I'm sorry, and I will not bother you about having grandkids. But if you decide to have grandkids, just know I will always be on your side.
Also, Ula, thank you. I appreciate that.
So it's, my parents. Well, sometimes my dad had issues with saying he was wrong, but my mom is definitely not one of those people, especially nowadays. What was it? She's like, she was like, you know, I've been watching TikTok, and TikToks about like self-reflection and like, realizing when you might be the problem. And honestly, it's been so good for my mental health. And I'm like, Mom, where was this when I was growing up?
I mean, where was TikTok when you were growing up?
It was in the form of self-help books that she never read.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's like, yeah, because my mom my mom, when I told my mom about like my mental health struggles, she was definitely not like dismissive of it because she has mental health issues as well.
Yeah. But, like, she wasn't as receptive as you'd have liked?
Well, my mom, I don't know if she was oblivious, but we had a conversation about my issues with college and why that didn't work out. Like, school in general was incredibly hard for me, like, past middle school.
Yeah.
Gifted kid syndrome.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
Is that what that is?
I call it gifted kid syndrome.
Okay.
But I,
Because I felt that.
yeah, it's probably, like, I've heard it a couple times from other people, but I like to call it gifted kid syndrome, where, like, you were at the top of your shit when you were a little kid, and then
You were constantly told, like, oh, you're naturally smart, and they didn't acknowledge, like,
you
the
never
work that put in.
learned how to like study or work hard, because it all just came to you. And then when you actually had to work hard and do that, you fumbled because you had no idea how to do it.
Yep.
And so because of that,
The worst part for me was I was incorrectly labeled as a gifted kid, but that's a story. So I'll let you finish yours.
no, you're good. So I was like, I've always struggled in school, but you never listened to me. I had problems paying attention. I had problems sitting still. I always had trouble with things because I would always like blah blah blah, like a lot of symptoms of ADHD.
Yeah.
And my mom sits there for a good second, and she's like, you know what? Maybe the doctor was right. I'm like, huh? The doctor thought maybe you should get tested to see if you have ADHD, and we thought you were fine. We kept you regulated, so we thought you didn't have it. I was like, I could have been tested for ADHD.
That's really the problem, though. Is
my
like,
whole life, and
you're-
she's like, yeah.
You're generally fine for like the younger years, but as you get older, the problems become more and more prevalent.
Well, apparently I was showing a lot of those signs very early.
Oh, for
My
fuck's
mom just
sake.
thought I was hyper.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Dude, my big brother was my big brother was and still is in a similar boat. He was diagnosed with ADHD like early on, but my mother doesn't believe it even now.
Oh, it's like it's all in your head.
No, her justification for it is, oh, he can sit in his room and play video games all day. He doesn't have ADHD.
But
Yeah, it's called hyperfixations, Mom.
That's literally... Oh, for fuck...
They're like, they hear the hyper part, and they're like, oh, if they're not hyper 24/7, my child must not have it. It's like, did you just forget about the rest of it?
Attention deficit. She was like, yeah, your sister got recently diagnosed with adult ADHD, so I think it's hereditary. I'm like, what? You
These fuckers look way too cool. They don't deserve this.
You should make me look that cool. You should make me look cool.
I'll do that
Me,
when
like,
I get
just
around to drawing you in
me.
Mr. Stand.
Me in the corner, just going, haha, look, it's me. I'm cooler than all of you. But yeah. It's like, God damn it, Mom! She has really high highs, but some of the stupidest lows. It's not even like low, bad lows for the most part. It's just like, Mom, your Gen X is showing.
I'm only just now seeing a therapist, so.
Oh. And like, it's funny. I was talking to Gavin's mom recently about about like mental health stuff. And I like made an off joke about like Gavin and like his mental health stuff, and I was like, it was because Gavin has really blue eyes, and if you've seen the TikTok where it's like, my girlfriend said my eyes are known as Weezer blue. She also says she thinks I might be autistic. And I was like, Gavin's eyes are Weezer blue. I wonder if he's autistic. Haha. And his mom goes, I've always thought that. What?
There's so many parents out there where they're like, yeah, I think this about my kid, but I'm never gonna get them tested to do anything that, like, actually helps them.
Yeah, he was always such a strange, like... okay, you know how most kids are like, their first words are, like, mama, papa, or, like, tiny, tiny words, right?
Yeah.
You know what Gavin's first words was?
Piss.
No. It was light bulb on, light bulb off. And in her words, she said he could talk before he was a year and a half.
Dude.
He like took shit like a sponge, and he still kind of does. He's a very smart person, but like it was like little things. Like anytime he would talk about things that he was really passionate about or stuff that he liked, he had a hard time like emoting.
Yeah.
It's just again, it was just little things, and she's like, yeah, the doctor said that we had the option to test him for autism, but I just thought he was just a little behind.
Yeah.
Sienna Arts on Ponder Stream. It's the meme. I don't know. It was just a TikTok.
Shanana Arts.
Oh, Shanana Arts. Yeah, it was just the TikTok meme. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like all these things she's listing off, and I'm just no, because here's the thing, right? Like Gavin's mom is a wonderful woman. She just suffers from the generation that doesn't really understand how mental health or neurodivergency works.
The generation
A
that
lot of-
wanted the perfect kid. Just sort of
Yeah.
not really recognizing that there's no such fucking thing.
I'm sorry I haven't shown you guys just my character's fat knockers for a hot minute.
No, listen, don't ever apologize. In general.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't say it's not like, her fault or anything. But I don't even know what I would consider it. I don't know what I could classify it as. It was just really funny.
Generational ignorance.
Yeah, I guess it's probably good. Again, it was just, the meme was just, my girlfriend said that my eyes are Weezer blue. She also said I might be autistic. And that was it's a TikTok. I don't know. I was just making the joke. I feel like looking too far into it. But yeah, I find it very funny. I thought it was very funny. Sorry I'm talking so much. I just have a lot to say, I think.
You don't have to apologize for entertaining Jane.
Listen, man. Here's the ding dang dealio.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people, um, headcanon, that Luffy is on the autism spectrum, and seeing as he's the only non, like, explicitly, like, not hateful, but like, he's the least pirate, that kind of makes sense. Like,
He's not like all the other pirates.
he's really not. That's the thing, is that, like,
He is simply built different.
he is simply built in a way
Well-
where he doesn't, because the whole point of One Piece, and it's really exemplified in the scene with Rayleigh a lot, where this dude who was on Gold Roger's ship goes up to Luffy and Robin, and is like, I can solve your character arcs right here, right now. Do you want me to? Do you want me to give you the information you need in order to complete your character arc? And they're both like, no, shut up.
I mean, hell.
Yeah, because with all pirates in that show, the treasure is the treasure. Like, that's the whole point. That's why they're out doing it. The reason they're out looking for the One Piece is to have all the treasure in the world. Luffy doesn't really care. The treasure is kind of his friends in the adventure,
The
and I think
treasure
that's
is the
really nice
friends
and
we
wholesome.
made along the way.
One
thing
Piece
is, though,
the
is that
friends we made along the way.
After 1,000 episodes, if you told me that, I'd believe it. 100% I believe it. I believe if fucking Gold Roger just left nothing, that would be badass.
Either that or he was like, all right, guys, this is one piece of the puzzle. Next on two piece.
No, they're not doing that.
No,
Like-
but I think that Gavin saying that because he's reading One Piece, I think Gavin telling me that, like, killed me.
Not two piece.
He's like, this is one piece of the puzzle. Continuing on in two piece.
No, the One Piece is the Death Note.
You find out thousands of episodes are just one part of the whole story.
I would listen.
I would kill myself for you guys.
No, here's the thing. That just gives me more One Piece to watch.
Probably, yeah.
But I feel like because what was it? Bruce and I were talking about like what the One Piece is, and I said it's the Death Note. He said it's Light Yagami. So
It's
our heads
just
were in the
his
same
corpse.
spot. No, it's just him. He's just sitting there, like, hi.
Hello, you're probably wondering why I'm sitting here.
But
No.
I love the idea of it being the Death Note and everyone being like really upset, like, I can't believe it. It's just a fucking book, and then Luffy like throws it in the ocean, and it's just like, all right, let's go find a new One Piece.
Bye bye. Let's go.
All right, I'm bored.
I'm next on two piece.
No, listen, it's
Alright,
only
I
gonna
am-
be.
I am done with my warlock girl who likes hearts a little too much.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Her name, I already said her name is Lamb.
Yeah.
I will be RB. I'm gonna go grab an apple to eat because I'm hungry,
Do it.
and I'm gonna be
Uh,
healthy and eat an apple. BRB.
My friends recently asked me if like what pets I'm gonna have when I'm older and I move out. I think I've realized now that I'm just none. Zero. Because you know what really ruins my want to have pets?
Pets?
Having 3 chihuahuas.
Oh.
Yeah,
They're like
that'll
all
do it.
horrible. Okay, here's the thing. My door, the door to my room, is, I mean, literally 1 step from the bathroom. 1 step. I walk out the door, I turn to the left, the bathroom is right there. I have gone to the bathroom, left my door open a crack, sat in the bathroom for maybe 40 seconds. I come back, there's already shit in my room.
Who's on call? Skittles is here, Susie is here, Ellie is here, Avi is here, and I am barely here.
Where's the caveman?
Still left.
Oh. What I want to know is, where's the
hold on.
caveman? No, we're not
Wait,
holding on to
hold on,
anything.
are
Nope, we're not holding on to anything. Nope, we're not.
Are
Not
you
a single thing is being held.
insinuating
Nope.
Are we insinuating that Stone's a caveman?
I thought he was hairy boy. Put something on for you guys. Oh, also, if y'all haven't gone to see Lakamokalaka's video, The Truth Behind Broken X Views 5 Years of Slander, you should.
Wait, what?
Alright, I'm back.
I said if you haven't seen The Truth Behind Broken X Views 5 Years of Slander by Lakamokalaka, you should.
That's a good ass video.
It's
Like, it's a very informative video, but it's also just a good ass video.
Yeah, I sat in my living room with Sparrow, and we were watching through it, and we were just like jaw dropped. Like most of it.
I
watched a little bit of it.
watched all of it except for one segment.
Which segment?
I couldn't watch one single part.
What was the
Am I allowed to say it? Because it's about somebody.
Maybe? I mean, yes? I mean, unless you don't want to say it on your stream.
I'm worried about your stream. I don't care about mine.
My stream should be fine.
A specific red dragon.
Oh, that's fair.
I can't physically listen to his voice anymore.
Oh, so like the interview section.
Yeah,
Okay.
I couldn't. It was just hard.
I get to talk to him in my next video too, huh?
Yeesh. Best of luck. Love you, babes. Kiss, kiss. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next video that we have is probably one of the most dishonest things we've seen in a while.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Love you. Kiss, kiss. Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
You're so strong.
Okay.
We're rooting for you.
We're rooting for you, sis.
We're rooting for you, Susie.
Very tired.
We all love you and want you to
Maybe you
succeed.
should take a quick nappy nap.
Ellie,
What?
if I know Susie, I think that might not be an option.
It's fine. If I have to, I'll probably just pass out at my desk.
Don't do that. You're gonna get a crick in your neck. You'll break your neck on impact. That's what my mommy told me once. No! Wait a minute! No! Sizzle tones! Bad. No. Max your fucking wrist. No!
Was the thing about Aldo and Jijinka true? Which was the thing about Aldo and Jijinka? That was a long 5 hours. You don't have to specify.
The one.
There was a bit about Aldo and Jinka?
Oh yeah.
The One Piece was
What the fuck did I... Hold on.
Aldo and Jijinka I remember popped in at one point. I
I
don't
was
know
like,
if-
did I think I missed something?
I don't know if I don't
Maybe it was in the part... Was it in the part I missed? Or like I skipped?
I don't know.
Like it was in the Kiana part?
I just said I don't know.
What did they fucking say about Kiana?
No, Dolls
I know.
girlfriend, Kiana.
I know.
My friend
One of the
Kiana.
peop-
Not
one of
your
the-
Kiana.
Not my goddaughter.
No. Last I checked. Not the case.
Yeah, no, it's not a... Listen, I need you and Kiana to be in the same room at some point, because... Listen, Ellie.
I'd like to.
Yeah, she's great. And because I need you to give her the handshake she deserves
Yeah, well, sure, you gotta
Handshake.
specify what was the thing about Alduin Jika.
I know. I don't even know there was a part about Alduin Jake. I think it was probably in the parts I skipped,
Yeah, but
which is fine.
but Ellie, you and her need to be in the same room together,
Most
and
likely.
give her the sick handshake she deserves for being the one who strapped me to a chair and was like, "This is Gojo.
This is Gojo. You will
This
like
is your
Gojo,
guy."
or you will like Gojo, or you get a bullet in your head.
No, I watched episode 1 and I was like, it's all right. It's pretty
And
okay.
then you saw Gojo,
And then,
and you said hamada 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 hamada.
well, no,
hamada.
he was in episode 1. But in
For
episode
like a
2,
second.
in episode 2 he does the sit,
Yeah.
and when he does the
That was
sit,
hot.
yeah, no, it was so good because she
I
like,
wet my pants in more ways than one.
yeah, no, the thing is that she took off the rope that was tying me to the chair, and I'm like, oh, so like we're one and done on this, and she's like, no, you're watching episode 2, and I'm like, well, I'm not tied to a chair anymore, so what makes you think I'm gonna do it? And she's like, this, and then I like while we were talking, it happened,
That
and I'm like,
animation still
Yeah.
like absolutely
it's
blows my mind to
so
this day.
gorgeous, and I just sit there, I'm like, uh-oh.
Avi's like, well, now I can't stand up, so.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm that's why I'm crouching all the time. That's why I'm a crouching idiot.
No, Avi was not literally tied to a chair for legal
you-
purposes.
what-
I'm going to say that.
what- Wait, Ellie, you weren't there.
For legal
Don't speak-
purposes.
Don't speak like you were there.
I was there on those planes. You just didn't
Biden.
see me.
If I had a nickel for every time one of my friends tied me to a chair to get me into an anime, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but the other one was JoJo's.
Oh, I thought you said the other one was Shugakar the one time.
No, you didn't tie me to a chair.
No, but I guilted you.
That's fine. Listen, you can guilt me whatever you want.
Avi was what? What do you mean? Avi was very clear about what happened to him, which I will not
Yeah.
say for legal purposes because
For legal purposes, I am joking, but for illegal purposes, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, if I remember correctly, they harassed a queer artist living in a very homophobic country, sending very gory images in their Discord and threatening to call the police on them. Okay, I do remember that part. As
I don't think I
far
do.
as I know, that's correct. Well, this was the artist that it was going around on Twitter a while back. I'm sorry, I forget their name, but they were a queer artist in the Middle East, and
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah.
yeah, they were like outed publicly, and I think they took their own life. And people,
No, they didn't.
no, okay, good.
They were on Twitter for a hot minute because they got in their own little scandal a little bit after that.
Oh no,
That whole situation.
what was that about?
Oh god, I can't fucking remember. It was years ago.
And we get
Okay,
much
fair.
higher. On my legs!
I don't even know if it was real scandal or if it was just homophobes.
Yeah, there's no like immediate way to go through the fucking Laka Moka Laka video because there's so much.
5
in it.
hours worth of things in there.
Like
Yeah,
yeah,
I went to the video and there were like timestamps commented underneath, but I didn't see anything about
Like
an all
Aldo
nude
and
part,
JK,
so
yeah.
I
I-
couldn't find like a specific part.
that's what I was doing. I was looking. I was like, oh, is it in here? But like, no, it's not in the fucking timestamps. So like, there's no
Yeah.
easy way to check the video for Aldo and Jujinka without watching through the video again.
Now, if you want to do that, be my fucking guest. Please. Please do it in my stead.
Oh, my legs.
Me on the other hand, I have kids to feed.
I have enough instances where someone comes to me and they're like, can you look through these hours upon hours of video to tell me if, like, what actually happened here? Like, I don't want you to make a video on it. I just want to be informed. Like, fuck you.
Listen. If I have to tap the fucking thread again, we're all gonna have problems. And if you don't know what the thread is,
I got
follow me on
so
Twitter at Ellie Mamelli.
I got so fucking annoyed because, like, the last time I sent a message on DeviantArt was a while back, and it was just me saying, like, explain the situation to me and I'll see what I can do, because someone said they were in trouble about a thing, blah blah blah. And the message I got back was, of fucking course, oh, don't worry, it's already fixed. And and their response after that was like, "Oh, when I didn't get a response back from you within 2 days, I just gave up." And I'm like, "You fucking idiots." Like, I am constantly saying how you can't contact me through DMs if it's a pressing issue because I don't check my shit. And they really be like, well, you didn't respond to me, random nobody 65 in 2 days, so... Like, piss off.
Apps, the thread. I will break that thread up every time this shit happens.
Well,
and if I have to add to it
hopefully,
with names, there will be issues.
Hopefully you won't have to, because I am now no longer checking DMs or chats
or chat requests at all. Period. Because...
What about me?
Well, you're on Discord. You don't count. I'm talking
true.
about, like, the people who are not my friends who will, like, send
Yeah.
chat requests or message requests on DeviantArt, and it's constantly just, be my fucking personal White Knight problem solver, please, Ponder. It's like, fuck you.
Man,
And half
I
the
think
time
it's
these
just-
people are lying to me anyways, so...
it's
Either
just
way,
really
you get
funny.
free content.
It's just really funny to me because like the disconnect between how your fans see you, or I guess how those fans see you, and how
Husband
like
asterisks.
yeah, those fans derogatory, and how like we see you, because there's like this huge hilarious disconnect between like, oh yeah, no, I love B. She's really sweet, she's really cool, she cares about her friends, she's just really nice and generous and cool. And I like being around her a lot. What about you? You know, I need someone to like ruin someone on the internet for me, so.
What? You know, it's something that I remember going off on stream about it a long time ago. And then when Ponder was talking about someone going to her personal fucking email, I lost it. I got so genuinely upset.
Yeah, going to my personal fucking email and then being upset that I didn't believe them when they said in the document they sent me that it was fine if I didn't believe them because they didn't have any proof. And I'm like, okay, so I don't believe you. And they're like, how dare you laugh at my situation? I'm like, I didn't laugh at your situation. I flat out don't believe you. And
I'm
I
not
laughed at
laughing
the dumbass other shit you tried to claim.
I'm not laughing at your situation. I'm just laughing at you.
They're like, oh, why don't you have any empathy? Because I don't believe it happened, and you clearly don't have any empathy for me, so why should I reciprocate, fucko?
That's so strange.
So it seems like chat found the time segment. It's at 5 hours 25 minutes. It's one of the rehashes of like things that have happened since like what the video was about. So it's one of the like things that's mentioned in the recap.
Can I be that? Can I be that person real quick?
What?
Yeah, I mean all the time.
Well, no, Avi, for you, it's can I be that bitch?
A friend is on a live stream purposely.
Batch, that batch. I have always had a weird, funny feeling about Heather.
Use threats of the police against a
Heather
user who
in the
threw art-
Laka Moka Laka video. It's okay.
Oh, I was about to be like, is there like,
bullshit
is
videos
there
that
So
I've
is
in
there
the
a
Laka-
Heather from the movie Heathers?
No, I'm talking about the Laka Moka Laka video. Heather, to me, always seemed so full of herself, but nothing to show for it. Just the way she talks, especially in the Truth Lily Gaia video, she seemed like because she was the older person, she should just be listened to.
Oh, like
And-
the whole like I'm the senior in the community, so you have
Yeah,
to listen to me.
I'm reaching 40.
Respect
so
your
therefore
elders.
anything I say should be taken as gospel. And I'm like, no, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And that's like what the Truth Lily Gaia video, that's what the video that Lockup showed in the video. That's just with anytime I hear Heather speak in a video. It is always such a holier than thou. I am older, therefore I am immediately correct.
It's like aging and assuming that because you're older you automatically have wisdom when you've just lived terminally online for the past 20 years.
Like, I just had that geeky girl Heather from the Laka Moka Laka video, if you guys don't know. But I just she just, especially her issue with Broken X Muse, the segment where she was talking about, I have a husband. Hey, from one married bitch to another, you're not special. And then she was like, oh, I have somebody and you don't. And I'm like, girl, or did you just never leave high school?
It kind of does feel like she thinks that being married in and of itself is like
a status symbol.
Like a noteworthy accomplishment.
Like, no, bitch.
Which
I guess
I
Aero
feel like
people
that
are a myth.
That probably says a lot about Heather, like, on her own, where she's like, me getting married is an accomplishment. It's like, so you're toxic enough that we should be fucking shocked that you're married?
Well, it's just like,
that's all I hear
from that. From what I could gather of that mess was like, Broken X Muse was trying to hit on on the people in that group and led them on, and
except they were leading Broken X Muse
on several occasions, yes, from what I saw. But then, like, Heather, the first segment that Heather came in out of 3 were, you know, oh, I know what your problem is. You're jealous of me. You're and I'm like, hearing this, knowing how old she is. This, at the time, she was like at least in her mid-30s, from what I remember. In her 30s. She was in her 30s at that time of the video. And I'm sitting here like, I'm sitting here listening to a grown, not just a grown-ass woman, a grown-ass woman spew that bullshit. I can't take you seriously. I can never take her seriously after that.
I will say, I very much appreciate that she started her statement with, well, yes, I am gonna use these pronouns because I don't think you deserve to be called by your pronouns. Because then from that point on, the fact she started with that, I knew for a fact that everything she was gonna say in those 5 hours was gonna be completely
venomous,
unhinged, and unintelligent.
Just venomous.
Thank you for starting off with. Thank you for starting off with that. You are introducing yourself as the kind of person that you are to the audience. Thank you.
I just sat here and I remember sitting there, and like there were several times where Laka was like, people watch that video, people let that shit go on, and I'm sitting here like, yeah, no, I agree with you, Laka. People let the blatant transphobia just slide.
You know, I it's moments like these where I really do think to myself that therapy being a privilege is stupid. I feel people like these need that type of help and assistance in therapy.
I mean, probably
because
also because they're just gonna go out into the world and hurt other people.
Yeah, so if you learn to not do that and why that's bad in a professional setting with someone whose job it is to tell you why that's the case, you're more likely, unless you're like a complete fucking up your own ass narcissist, to be like, well, maybe this professional has a point.
Well, and you know what? I'm not gonna judge. I'm only gonna judge Heather based on what I saw in the video. I'm going to try and do that. I try to make it a point not to assume things about people's characters that I know nothing about. I certainly try. That does not mean I always succeed. But with Heather's age and how she started that fucking video, it made so much fucking sense to me.
I know these people are probably still online. I just kind of want to know.
I don't think Heather.
Oh, yeah, they are. I had to after watching that video, I just recently had to like soft block Heather's account because I noticed she was following me, and a few months back she asked about commission stuff, and I had no idea.
I don't know her if she has another Twitter, because I tried looking up Geeky Girl Heather and it's not on there anymore.
Oh, it wasn't anymore? Because I noticed when I first looked it wasn't there, but then I checked again and it had come up, but she was like following me.
I don't know.
See, I just want to know, like, have they watched the video? What are their thoughts on the video? Are they planning on going out
I
against
know
Laka?
that, I know...
IDKY has certainly been very fucking silent.
I know there was a vague post from, Yuki Eller.
Oh, don't even fucking talk to me about Yuki Eller.
Basically saying that there is a video out with an interview that was made, like, under duress, and they had no, like...
Which is a fucking lie.
They had no permission from them to post the interview or something like that. It wasn't information specific. It was them just like vague posting about an interview that was not consensual but was put up anyway.
Yuki, that's Lulabelle, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I use Yuki because they basically they've kept Lu as like a character name, but they see it more as like a dead name to them.
Okay.
I don't understand the concept of dead names in
usernames.
Yeah, with usernames, like, oh, my dead name is infected.
Like if you're just uncomfortable being,
account.
Like I don't like being called Mavi anymore, but that's just because I'm uncomfortable with being called Mavi.
Because you've had bad experiences.
I don't know if I'd necessarily call a dead name, but honestly, if that's not what they want to be called, I'm not gonna call them that. However, if I'm going to be informative about something and talk about something, and for like simplicity's sake, you know, I get why Laka called them Lulabelle. For clarity's sake, for being simple so people could follow it.
When people are constantly changing usernames, eventually you just settle on the username either that they are most well known by or the username that crops up the most for the sake of simplicity.
But as well as, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
Actually, one of the people who I'm doing a video in relation to came out and was like, this username I was using for however many years is now my dead name, and if you're using it to refer to me, you're a transphobe. And all I'm thinking is, like, I'm not going through my entire fucking video just to change this username. Like, piss off.
And it's like it wasn't even for the sake of being transphobic, like Heather was being. It was, again, I don't know. There are instances where people try to say dead names for the sake of transphobia because, oh, you don't deserve that type of respect. And then there's the context, again, the context of being clear, like, this is what they went by at the time. They've had several name changes since then, and because of that, you know, I'm just trying to
make it easy for everyone.
I'm trying to be straightforward and be like, you know, this is what they went by at the time. I'm not going to go through all of this junk and nonsense.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I'm not trying to be transphobic. I'm trying to be clear and concise.
I'm not jumping through hoops for their sake, but I'm also not going to make it confusing for my audience.
I just, it's so stupid.
Especially when you know that they're only changing names and saying this because they know you're making a video on them and they're just trying to make the life more difficult for you.
They're trying to skip out on responsibility about that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why I'm not shy that I used to go by Mavi. I'm not shy about it. Because you know, it's just, it is a fact. It is a factoid. I used to go by Mavi, and now I don't because I wanted to start going by my or at least a shortened version of my real name. Just because I wanted to. It's not I mean, and again, yeah, Mavi has some really bad, like, shit attached to it that I really just don't want to deal with, but if you came up and asked me, hey, are you Micro Mavi? I'd be like, yeah. Just because, yeah. But, you know, people change usernames all the time. That is just a factoid of life.
I also did find the thread and DM it to you. It's not a lot. It's just like it's just so that I don't like that I don't accidentally like twist context or anything for like what I recalled. I just wanted to make sure that I found it so that like what I was stating wasn't like twisted or anything.
Hmm.
But like I also don't know if that's the video they're referring to. I just know that of everyone who was in the video, that's the only like response, quote unquote, that I've potentially seen.
Yeah, I've tried looking up their usernames and everything, and again, people have been very, very quiet.
Yeah, no, on the note of everyone of people changing their usernames all the time. Meanwhile, me with the same username that I've had for fucking 11 years, 12 years
Well,
almost.
I'm gonna say not everybody does, but you know.
Yeah, I changed usernames a bunch. And I even changed my first name once. It was awesome. But no, it was before that. Before your time, Ellie. But no, I mean for real.
No, I know, but don't use my words against me.
But like right now, I'm cool with just the reason I want to separate like the two usernames I have now is because they're both kind of associated with different parts of what I put out there. Um, but like the Avi Haltman name is like specifically for commentaries.
Mhm.
Whereas Crouching Idiot is just for like everything else that mostly just because the only other places I'm really like active are Twitter and the FGC. So, but um, I I guess like I can definitely be ashamed of like the things I did and said earlier on with other aliases,
Mhm.
but I'm not gonna deny that I did them.
No, and I think that's the big difference,
Yeah,
right?
I'm not like a rat or something.
Well, um, but you know, it's you can disassociate. The two sentences can coexist. You can have you can oh, you're good. You can you are able to disassociate from your past with your username, and you can change your username because you just feel like a brand new start, but also acknowledging any of the things you might have done in the past. You can do both. Those two things can coexist. Those conversations can happen. If you're like, yes, I am XYZ person. I did do those things in the past. This name change is for rebranding purposes and getting a fresh start. However, I am not running away. I'm not running away from what happened. And I think that's what a lot of them, specifically what Yuki was doing. If that's not the case, then I'd like to know if that's not the case. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, considering I've known of the Yuki Eller name for a couple, I want to say a couple years, but it's been a bit. Unless this has been something that they knew was going to happen like forever ago. I don't know if I necessarily believe that they're changing their name specifically to get away from responsibility.
No, but I just mean that as a general thing, not in particular. I suppose. I guess I may have misworded myself. I don't try to believe the worst in people, believe it or not.
Because I know, what was it? Lulabee? I can't remember these
Lulabelle.
eyes.
That was Lulabelle.
Point is, I knew they followed me back in 2016, and I think a little bit in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then they disappeared, and Yuki Eller has been following me ever since.
Yeah. The only reason I had kind of a weird thing about that, it's because she was so vague about it. Sorry, they were so vague about it. Are they do they go by they them?
I don't know. I'm using they them to be safe.
If I have been misgendering them this whole time, I apologize. I'm not Heather. Anyway, I'm not gonna get over it. I'm never gonna get fucking over it. I'm not gonna get over it, and neither should you. That was scummy. I can't get over that. That was genuinely scummy. That is the surefire way for me to not listen to anything you have to say. Like, you don't deserve to you don't deserve to be properly gendered because you hurted me. Oh, so you're just admitting right off the bat you're an idiot. Cool. Hi, Mac the Duelist. How you doing? Unpunished chat, anyways. Not here.
Well,
y'all are being quiet on my side of the chat.
You know, it's really interesting, because I was thinking about it right now, and God, I can't believe Punk Hazard and Vento Arreo have the exact same moral, which is the only thing I hate more than drugs is giving drugs to children.
What? Who are we talking about now?
I'm talking about because I'm watching Punk Hazard right now.
Oh, I was like,
yeah.
where did this come
Yeah,
from?
no, because there's this whole because like the whole bit with part 5 is that Giorno joins the fucking the mob so he can destroy the mob for selling drugs to kids, and
Yeah.
Bruno's like, I also hate selling drugs to kids. That's badass. And now we have this dude whose name is, I shit you not, Caesar Clown.
Hey, it's what I felt like after watching part 2.
Yeah, exactly. And he's giving drugs to children so that the withdrawal symptoms keep them kidnapped at all times voluntarily. And Luffy's like, you know what? I think I want to kill him.
Luffy?
Yeah, Luffy and Chopper are both like, I think I want this man to die.
Oh.
Yeah, when I say Punk Hazard, I mean the arc.
Oh. Well, I don't know. But,
That's fair.
you know, did I even do this right? Sorry. But yeah, circling back to that whole bullshittery. I don't know. I'm glad that people were able to speak their truth. The victims were able to speak their truth. And the people, I say the perpetrators, but, you know, the people who did this bullshit, I'm not surprised in the slightest that they're running away. The vague posting, the running away, the not saying anything, not owning up to your shit. That's fine. I expected nothing less. I don't know.
I return.
Return. Bearing gifts?
Yes.
What are the gifts? Give me.
Sexy times.
Alright. Listen,
What?
I'm a married woman.
Well, maybe
I'm
they're
not.
sexy times for both you and Gavin to enjoy.
We're gonna turn my husband into a cuck?
I feel like
I mean,
he
I-
would have to
oh,
be
no,
not
never mind.
involved for that to happen.
No, with you two, I'm the cuck.
Yeah.
With Avi and Gavin, I'm the cuck here.
Yeah, it's badass, honestly.
Involuntarily.
Hell yeah. I'm not a married woman, though. That's the thing. It's crazy. I'm a married man.
My husband. Yes.
Yup.
You know, I'm gonna say that to the wrong person, and I'm just gonna have to explain that.
No, how about you don't explain it to them and they just have to question everything?
You know, I'd like to do that.
They're just like, do you want to explain that? You're just like, no.
No. I don't think I will.
Not particularly. Why? Uh.
B, there's this bit.
uh.
B, I don't know if I showed this to you, but there was a bit on a live stream a while ago. I know I showed this to Ellie because it's the funniest thing I've ever done in my life.
Hi, Big
Um, but there was
Thank
this
you for
bit
subscribing.
where I was talking about my loving relationship with one Sarah Dust, and
Oh.
Brooke asked me, Avi, can I ask what your romantic orientation is? And I just responded with, no.
Fair
That
enough.
was it. It's the funniest thing.
It's like when people ask me, like, "Hey, what are your pronouns?" No.
That is actually me right now. It's so funny. Like if you ask me what
Okay,
my
so-
pronouns
so-
are, I'd
so-
shrug at you.
No and no self.
Yep, no and no self.
I'm gonna start doing that from now on.
I
Listen,
want to do a comic.
And see how far I can get with actually going with it.
I want to do a comic based on an interaction I had where like someone came up to me and they were like, "Hey, so I just wanted to ask what your pronouns were." And I was like, "Oh, I don't really care what pronouns you use. I just don't like being asked. I prefer people assume. It's more fun that way." And they were like, "Oh, so should I use they them?" And I'm like,
Well,
"Should I
what's it-
stab you?"
so how about this? You rewind that back to what we just said. Let's just rewind real quick, and so you can fucking listen.
that's me right now with work, because when I go to work, I have to wear the same shirt, I have to wear pants, and I have to tie my hair back and wear a mask. So at least twice a week, one of the residents or I work with, or one of the people with one of the residents I work with, or they're like sitting at like the dining room table, will be like, "Oh, there she is."
Don't give
I'm
him a
like,
chance to know.
Don't give him a chance.
I feel like people who ask you, should I use they, them, it should give you full permission to go, like, teacher mode, where they're like, I don't know, should you?
No, can you? I don't know. Can you?
I don't know, can you use those pronouns for me?
Would you guys be willing to transfer your minds into a different body by using science?
Yes.
Is the body a robot
Yes.
body?
No.
Oh, well,
I want to know.
then I don't
I don't
care.
know.
Unless the body is superior to my own, I don't fucking care.
Uh-oh, Avi, you're being called out in the chat.
What?
Has Avi told you about the lightsaber concepts? He told Nezzy's chat. And it was
Oh hell yeah!
shocking.
No,
we-
okay.
Do we
Okay.
know which body we would be transferred into, or is it like a gotcha game?
Is it, yeah, just random.
I think raise his hand. It should be a gotcha game.
Oh, well,
me,
then that defeats the,
me.
that defeats. I was about to say that defeats the purpose for me then.
Yep.
As soon as he gets put into like a way more masculine body, she's just like, well,
God
What-
damn it!
what the fuck was the point of this?
Just my fucking luck.
God. But yeah, no. B, have I ever told you the only cybernetic enhancement I currently want for my body?
A bigger nose.
No. That's. I personally, I think my nose is fine the way it is right now. But the only cybernetic enhancement I want for my body is I want to turn my dick into a lightsaber.
Why?
Elaborate.
Okay, so here's the deal. I was playing No More Heroes, and I was watching one of the boss fights, air quotes, which is just a cutscene where Darkstar his like he has his like helmet with a horse on it, and then he pulls the horse off the helmet, and it becomes a gigantic fucking dragon lightsaber. And I'm like, that's badass. I wish that was my dick. So what I do is I would obviously, like, the shaft is the handle, but like the boober is like the pommel, and then the part that like attaches to my body is where the lightsaber beam comes out of.
I'm sorry, partner. You didn't miss
for
a
this.
fucking beat. You
Chad
missed
asked
a
for this.
fucking beat with that one.
Chad asked for this.
No, it's fine. I just laughed at how Ponder didn't miss a goddamn beat.
pretty badass though. Listen.
So it's like I think I remember I said something along the lines of, so it retracts like a dog dick.
Would you guys transfer bodies to cheat death? Am I, in doing so, condemning someone else to die?
No. It's like what Kashimo and Jujutsu Kaisen does. Body jumps so he doesn't die.
Okay, do you inherently kick someone else's soul out of their body? Like, is this
no, you just share one, but you take over for.
I don't want to share a fucking body.
Oh, sorry, not Kashimo, not Kashimo.
Good job. I was about to say, Ellie, I don't know how to tell you this. That Kashimo just has lightning powers.
No. I misspoke. So essentially, I mean, it's probably after you die. After that person dies, you take over that body.
Yeah, and you become a weird little brain parasite.
You just hop dead bodies.
Yeah, you just become a weird little brain parasite,
Therefore,
and you have a little mouth on you, and you go like. Nyah, nyah, nyah.
So I'd be like one of the parasites from Parasite.
Yep.
Except your brain would go like.
No.
Yeah, and then you'd only possess sexy people. And Noritoshi Kamo.
Hey.
No, I mean like the older one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why
Like,
is there two Noritoshi Kamos?
I think that's just the bit. Like the bit is because there's that time when like fucking Choso runs out and he's like Noritoshi Kamo, and Kamo's just like, what, me?
No, me? Nah.
Wait, what? Huh? Do I need to get yassified?
Also, how do people think of the song "You Don't
him.
Own Me" by Leslie Gore? Because I've never heard that song.
Oh, I love that song.
People talk about like gender envy and gender euphoria, and I have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
Essentially, it's like, oh, I want to look like that.
Or I feel good when.
Yeah, I was about to say gender euphoria should be very easy to know to understand because it's literally the opposite of gender dysphoria.
It's like the spirit animal of gender.
Maybe, but maybe not that exact wording.
Zato's got an entire millipede in his chest? That's crazy.
I asked somebody what the fuck is gender euphoria on Facebook, and she just blocked me, and I'm like, well, that doesn't fucking help me.
That's what gender euphoria is.
I remember.
She was demonstrating it for you.
Very insightful, thank you.
I'm euphoric that you're no longer in my life. Thanks.
Yeah, gaming. Easy money.
I just wanted to understand.
Gender gaming.
Oh, so Skittles, I have something to tell you.
Oh.
That I forgot to tell you like a month ago.
Oh.
So, I don't know if you remember many years ago when the whole like what was it, the CDC thing? Yeah, it was the CDC thing was going on, or something along the lines of like, oh, internet stuff, right? Supreme Court shit. So remember when we all swapped numbers? I still had yours.
Gender euphoria is what happens when you watch Euphoria on HRT. I've never seen Euphoria.
I have. Hey, eat a dick. Anyway. No.
Drugs. That's all I know about that show.
I like Euphoria. I like it a lot, and I don't even watch it. I watch clips of it online.
I think Zendaya is pretty.
I was about to say,
Zendaya
the only
is
thing I know about it is that
incredibly
Zendaya's in it.
And I also really like, what's the word? What's the person? Alexa Demi. Alexa Demi is really awesome. I love her. She's like over 30, and she does not look it. Homegirl looks perpetually like 21.
Ellen be like, welcome to our life!
No, she just has an amazing face.
Oh, okay.
She's youthful. She drank from the fountain of youth.
Alright. Hello?
I thought you heard me speak and then you left.
Looking 21 for the rest of your life is better than looking 12.
I look 12.
I look 12 with big tits.
I look like a high schooler still. People think I'm like 16.
My people at my job are like, "Are you old enough to be working here?" And
Someone
I'm like, I'm 22,
recently, like gave me like a fucking political pamphlet. Was like, here's something to give to your parents, and I was like, okay, I have to ask.
how old do you think I am? And she was like, oh, well, are you old enough to vote?
I think that told you pretty damn well how old
So then
you were.
I told her I was 30, and she's like, oh, I thought maybe like 12 or 13.
How dare you?
Here's the thing, right? I literally hear all the time, you look, because I've always looked younger than I was my whole life.
Yeah.
And so I've always had, like, older people be like, oh my god, you're gonna look so young when you're, like, 30 or 40. You're gonna want people to card you. Okay, Martha, I don't mind being carded, but I want people to card me and fucking believe me. I don't want the cops having to be called on me at 3 p.m. at the liquor store.
They card you and they're like, yeah, you're still not getting into that R-rated movie. Can I ask why? Because this is clearly a fake ID.
No, that literally fucking happened to my grandmother.
Oh my god.
That literally happened to my grandmother. And here's the thing. She was driving the car. Her and my grandfather were trying to go into a drive-in movie theater. And the guy at the ticket booth took a look at her ID and said, "You're not 18. This is fake." And she said, "No, it's real. It's real." And so she never got to go into the theater because he just refused to let the car in.
What the fuck?
And so what happened? So what ended up happening to me recently is that I wanted to buy some daiquiris. I wanted to buy some strawberry daiquiris because I wanted a little fruity drink because I'm a little pussy and I can't take whiskey.
Me.
And so I was getting my daiquiris and I was going to not to the self checkout because they're like, you can't self checkout alcohol, which is fine. I get that. So I was going into the proper line. I had my ID on the ready, and that's usually people are like, if you have your ID ready, people are usually like, oh yeah, you're legal. We can tell. Because you're just preparing and you're not like having a whole thing about it. You don't look like you have anything to hide. I gave her the daiquiris ID card to hand her before she could even ask for an ID. She looked at it and was like, "Ma'am, can you step aside, please?"
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Why?"
Why'd you seat over there?
She's like, "Why?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait for your parents." Okay, if you want to have my mother drive 40 minutes over here, that's great. Seeing as how I live on my own. And she called over one of the security guards, and he looked at the ID, and he was like, "Ma'am, are you really 23?" I was like, "Yes!
Yes!
Why is this such a thing?" And and he was like, "No, I believe you. Sorry, we've had a run-in with some teenagers, a bunch of teenagers with fake IDs and everything." And I was like, "Okay, great. But I'm literally coming in here expecting to be carded. Like, I know the drill. I've been carded my whole life."
It's like, why would you gladly give them your ID if you were trying to hide the fact that you were a child?
Maybe it was like some reverse psychology bullshit. I don't fucking know. Well, anyway, I got my daiquiris, but I felt less of a person after that.
I felt less human.
So I had to go look at the liquor aisle and see if it was really worth getting a Riesling.
Suddenly you have a strong urge to buy a
drink more
and drink them out of it.
Just to
No,
die.
Like after that whole shit, I was like, man, should I really like make fireballs tonight?
All life as you knew it was just a lie.
Dude, I saw this one picture, and it was a picture of these two girls sniffing candles, and one of the girls goes, "This smells like Fireball," and the other person was like, "Well, Becky, us non-alcoholics call that cinnamon."
God, yeah, I love that fucking video.
It was my first like imagining like a girl literally like snorting like candle like like the wax crumbs.
If your candle is coming out as crumbs, it's expired.
It's expired.
God.
The wax no longer works. That is a hazard.
It's just a pile of crumbs with a
pile of ash. It's a pile of stale ash. It's like a stale donut. It's not gonna work anymore. It smells like arson.
It smells like carbon monoxide.
Susie, take a look at that. I need you to tell me sincerely if you called that correctly, like on the kick. The kick is when the screen pauses and you hear the ethereal voice go, "Alrighty then."
Oh.
Listen, I am that alcoholic friend. Because here's the thing, right? I did do that at one point, and I by accident. I said, because I was inebriated with another substance.
Cocaine.
The green kind.
Oh.
And yes, I was in fact smoking green eggs and ham, if you're asking.
Jesus Christ.
So I was inebriated in a Kroger. And I did, in fact, at one point say, while inebriated, I want to point that out, make it clear. I said, this candle smells like the one time I went to the bar and had 3 fireballs. And my husband, my dear precious husband, was like, "Oh, my sweet little alcoholic."
Shit.
Oh.
And I was like, "Yeah."
Wait. Ellie.
I was incredibly high.
That's me.
God, I'm still a huge fan of that time. When fucking we were sitting. I think we were watching Terminator 1 or we were watching
One of
Mallrats. And
There's
I got,
a big difference.
Well, no. So
Well,
Gavin, Avi had never seen a Kevin Smith movie, and he also never saw any of the Terminator
movies. So we just watched those while I was there. But I got
Wow.
an email from my
I think it was a Terminator
boss.
movie.
Well, I got an email.
No,
from
it was
my
no,
boss.
it was Mallrats. I know it was Mallrats.
Was it Mallrats? Okay. So I got an email from my soon-to-be boss, who because I said that I would be coming back, I'd be coming back home, and then I'd be taking the drug test. And Gavin was gonna give me this this thing to detox me in like a day or two, I think.
It was like detox you within like a couple hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But
Like temporarily, but it was.
I got an email from my my boss saying, "Hey, so because I emailed her before and I was like, I'm on antidepressants that have some that have a little bit of CBD in it, so it would show up, and my when in reality I just get zooted every fucking day and it's awesome." And my my boss is just like, in this email, she's just like, fuck the drug test. You don't even need to do it. Weed's legal here. I don't fucking care anymore.
And so that day, when he got that email, he was like, "Gavin, give me your strongest shit."
I was like, I'm gonna get fucking zooted.
And then he puked on my lawn.
It was awesome.
Talented, amazing, brilliant, never been done before.
Yeah, no, because
it's funny, it's hilarious and funny because him and Gavin were acting like it was another fucking day.
Yeah, no, because I overate, and if I overeat, then it's like, all right, if you're either sitting motionless for the next 3 hours, or you're throwing up. One of the two. Pick your poison.
Wait, Misty, the poker chips was not poker chips. That's I don't. They're weed capsules. Full of oil.
So we were just sitting and we were just fucking taking rips outside, and I just start coughing because I'm taking rips, and I'm a little baby man with little baby lungs who's a baby, and I just stand up and I'm like, shit, I hate it here. And they're like, what? I'm like, I'm upset. And they're like, what are you upset about? I'm like, I fucking hate it here. And then I go and throw up.
in my front lawn.
Wait, in your front lawn? Did Avi dig a tunnel and just put his head in it?
No, I
in
just
like a fucking ostrich?
I took 2 paces, bent over a little bit, and then I made sure to stick my pinky out. I had to be fucking, I had to be fancy about it. But I was just like, all right, I'm good.
It's just
I remember. No, don't forget the best part. You turned around, threw up, went to me and go, "Hey, can I take the bond now?"
Absolutely not.
Like, so we're just gonna skip past that, aren't we?
I'm like,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah. What are we skipping past? You just puked on my lawn.
Yeah, whatever.
You puked on my
Fucking-
lawn. And Gavin was being real nonchalant about it too. He's like, "Oh yeah, that happened last night." I was like, "Last night?"
Yeah, no, listen, like, fucking homies puke on homies' lawns.
Homie puke on the homie lawn.
It was still there. I was still there for a month.
It just reminded me of when I threw up because I got really bad vertigo from the weed, and I just turned to my boyfriend at the time because he'd handed me like a cherry turnover, and I took like one bite, and I just turned to him and I was like, "Eating was a mistake."
Yeah.
Why would you do this to me?
I did not make it to the bathroom. I barfed into my hands.
Oh, God.
Well, because I covered my face like I was gonna sneeze.
Sneeze barf.
You know what, B? I really want to get high with you one day. Like that's my
Oh my God, same. No,
like
dude, for
I
real.
want the three of us to just go in a circle, like we're in the fucking 70 show. I think I'm hilarious high. I genuinely think I'm funny when I'm high.
No.
According to Gavin's friends, I'm really funny when I'm high.
No, listen, B. We're gonna go up there because I don't know if I think I told you this, but I have family up in the motherland, I suppose.
Yes.
And I told my mom, I was like, I want to go up there. And my mom's like, oh, you want to go visit Aaron and Asha? And I look at her, I tilt my head a little bit, and I'm like, what are you fucking Yes, that's what I want to do.
Well, and was it? I remember when Avi first got to Ohio and he got to the apartment. He's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta call my mom as soon as I get there." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And immediately when you answered, they were like, "Oh my God, where's Ellie?"
It's true.
It's like, yeah, fuck my son.
Honestly.
My child who is now like in a completely different state, way far away from where we normally go by himself.
I was in Israel by myself for like 6 months.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
I know. My mom's not worried about me when it comes to like where I'm at, but if I stay in my room for too long, she'll start crying.
She's supposed to see her baby boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
But
she
yeah, I thought it was really funny. He's like, "Oh my God, where's Ellie at? Put me on speaker. Where's Ellie?" And I was like,
"Excuse me."
Yeah.
That was the first thing one of the first things she said. I mean, yeah, she
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, hi, I'm so glad I got to hear from you. Was it good? Was it safe? Where's Ellie?"
Yeah.
It was just like in that order.
Where's
my
the house?
real daughter?
Where's the house?
Where's my real daughter?
Dude, it's so funny how like she's not even her real daughter anymore. It's crazy. Like, I keep saying, why doesn't Shayna pay a fucking toll?
To
Like,
be in our family.
No, I mean to be in our house. Like, she owes she owes me, my mom, and my dad individually at least $400.
like each.
Yeah, and I asked my mom, like, why don't we just charge her to be inside, then we can get our money back? And she's like, well, we can't do that. She's family. And I'm like, you would charge Zadie to be here? And she's like, I would.
I would.
I charge my dad to be here. Yeah.
I mean, so because my mom, the only thing I have to pay, the only time I have to give mom money is for the phone bill because when I was moving out, I was like, I was asking her like, oh, how do I get my own phone plan? She's like, just stay on my phone plan. And I was like, fucking bad. All right, shit. I just gotta send you $50 for unlimited data and like 2 terabytes full of storage. Fucking please, you know. And like that, and when I moved out, that was the only type of like that was the only money that I needed to give her, and it was really funny because my mom wanted me to babysit my brother, sometime earlier this year. She was like, "Oh, can you babysit your brother while I go get to the store?" And I remember I texted her because I was really hungry, and I was gonna have some pizza rolls. And I was like, "Hey, you might be out of pizza rolls here in a little bit. I'm about to eat the rest of these." And it's like a small amount. It wasn't that much. I was like, "Oh, you might run out of pizza rolls here in a second." And she's like, "Yeah, you better fucking pay for that shit." I was like, "No, I'm not paying for pizza rolls. You're already at the store." She's like, "All right, you give me $12 by the time I get there." It's like, "No, I'm not gonna give you $12. I didn't have to give her $12 when she got there."
See, my mom and
Dear
I are
Lord.
the opposite. We're like, I'll ask my mom to go get me something from the store, and she does, and then I try to hand her a 20. She's like, no, no. And I'm like, would you take my fucking money?
Take the money.
My mom wishes I could. My mom wishes I did that. I'm such a cheapskate now that I'm out of the house. Now that I'm out of the house, I'm such a cheapskate.
I mean, if you were out of the house, I would understand that.
Oh, dude, no, because here's the thing, right? When I lived at home, you know, I didn't have to pay for all the groceries, but like if I wanted to get something for myself, I would of course buy it.
Yeah.
Or like, and I had to pay rent to my mom and everything when I lived there. But now, and I was like, "Mom, why do I have to give you this?" And she's like, "Well, 'cause you're not paying any bills.
Exactly.
You're not doing this, that, and the third." Well, now I pulled a mother. I have 2 children to feed. The children being my dog and my cat. I'm feeding 2 children. I am a mother. You're gonna take this money from me? I don't know how my mother hasn't like beaten the shit out of me yet.
No, my mom would have screamed at me.
I've been so obnoxious since I moved out of the house.
You got some confidence in you. It's like you have all this power now.
Well, it's just because and my mom is also, you know, again, since my old man's death, right? My mom has kind of been a little bit more like, in her words, not a cunt.
Her words, not yours.
In her words, not mine. Kimberly, if you're watching this, it's not my fault.
Magical girl destroyers? Are they magical girls who are destroyers, or are they destroyers of magical girls?
Or do they destroy that pussy?
The magic badussy?
Okay, they look like magical girls who are... Fuck! This looks like a comic that I had in my mind forever. Except mine was called... Oh god. I lost the file for this because it used to be on the old phone, and the old phone died with the chip in it, and it can't be charged anymore, so like I've just lost all that data. But it was something... It was like... Oh god. Apocalypse Girl... Fuck. Fate of the Girl in the Apocalypse. That was it.
I was gonna say Apocalypse Girl Utena?
No, it was called like Fate of the Girl in the Apocalypse, and it was about like magical girls who were supposed to bring on the apocalypse by like causing natural disasters. And the main character was Apocalypse Chan.
Apocalypse Chan, I need that in my life.
But yeah,
What is this?
I feel like if my mom ever saw my streams, she'd be like, you know, maybe you not going to church was a bad idea.
Okay, thank God. This girl's name is Anarchy. I saw the A on her scepter and I was like, please don't tell me her name is Apocalypse. I would be so upset.
There is a comic called Apocalypse Girl. I tried, because I was trying to look up the one that you were talking about, and the first thing that popped up was Apocalypse Girl. And I'm like, weird.
I've seen the Marvel movies.
Magical girls that are anarchists rebelling against the government banning otaku stuff. Okay, I might have to watch that.
Alrighty, so this is my girl, if you're watching my stream.
Paint Splatter is her name, right?
No, the one.
My name on Twitch is Ellie Momelli.
Yeah, but the character, her name is Paint Splatter or something?
Yes.
I like the character with the gas mask.
I always forget that I have like a character that's not me.
That's probably just because design-wise, I like eyeless/faceless characters.
I mean...
Now I'm just thinking about Tank Girl now that we're just talking about comics with female leads.
I don't even know what I was doing anymore. Oh yeah, I got a color. Haha.
My dad's been helping me learn to drive. Whenever we go practice, I stop by a gas station to buy him something to eat. But he never just accepts it, and I always feel bad because I feel like I need to repay him.
Oh.
That's why
You know-
on Fridays I just like buy my brother and my mom foods, so like no cooking is involved.
I buy my husband every now and then. I'll get him. So he really likes sushi.
Yeah.
There's a sushi place right by our apartment complex, and I try to get him sushi, and he's like, "No, I don't want to get it." I was like, "Why can't you just let me get it?" And the same thing with dinner too. Anytime there's like dinner for like the first couple months of us moving in together, I would try to like buy dinner for him or something, or I'd buy lunch, and he's like, "No, I'm the man. I have to do it." Well, now that like there are points in time where we're both broke. Thank you, Clown Teeth, for following. Oh, hey, thank you, Clown Teeth, for following me.
Hello.
A moment where I was like, "Oh, this is some random viewer." Hi.
Like, it's me, bitch. I broke into your house.
Wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the first time, and it wouldn't be the last.
Bashes down the door.
I mean, honestly, wouldn't be the first time, and will not be the last.
Found your Twitch. Now I'm in your house.
Well, at least now I'm not alone with two animals that can't speak English.
You just gotta get a. You just fuck. Now you just have a clown goblin living in your closet, drawing comic pages.
Who also can't speak
crying.
English.
Also can't speak English. Shit.
Yeah, I can't speak English at all.
I have this it motherfucker in here. That's not what I meant.
It's it, but it's like Dobby the house elf sized it.
Dobby. Dobby, am I wearing a potato sack? Yeah, I probably would.
A potato sack with like little clown button knobs on it.
You know what? You know what? I'll shove that fucking sock in your mouth. Get you out of here.
Good, you're gonna need it because I mumble to myself a lot.
Dobby has a sock. Dobby is free. You know, the first Harry Potter movies are really good. Anyways.
I never got into Harry Potter. I only got to like.
What
the
kind of
first
millennial
third
are
of the movie.
you?
Not a good one.
I guess.
I watched like the first like third of Harry Potter where he goes to the school, and then I just never watched the rest of it.
I was forced to fucking watch that movie. That's a thing with my dad that I will never forget and never forgive. Is his insistence on having me watch movies growing up. A good example of it was the Harry Potter films, but another good example was weirdly the Resident Evil live action movies.
Oh god.
Here's the thing. The first three, fine. The first three of those movies are fine. After that, I started getting confused. It wasn't even that like it was bad. I just was confused.
Yeah, they just kind of went off the rails after a while.
And then one other movie that I watched, way younger than I should have been watching it. I believe I was a teenager, but I think I was like 13 or 14. My dad was like, Ponder, what are you doing? I just looked at your Twitch. What are you doing?
I'm just watching.
Hold the fuck up. Where? Oh, God, I gotta find Reanimated Octopus. Reanimated Octopus. There you are, you little. What are you doing?
You're really gonna regret doing that.
Let's fucking go! Why is my nose red?
You're a clown. Honk honk, motherfucker.
My
honk
nose
honk.
is painted purple or green at the very least, but okay.
Honk, motherfucker.
Honk honk, bitches, let's go.
Honk honk.
The spike collar, I can't. I love it.
I hate it. Here, on God. What was I gonna say? Oh Jesus.
Something about Resident Evil movies being weird.
Oh, okay. So one of the movies that my dad wanted me to see when I was like 13 or 14, he wanted me to weirdly watch 300.
Oh God, yeah, because that was really big back then.
Well, he wanted me to watch it because he was like, "Oh, you like history stuff, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All right, boom."
Here you go.
I'm sitting here like watching this, and I'm like, I'm just uncomfortable.
Who are all these weird shirtless people?
Well, and then Cersei from Game of Thrones comes up shirtless, and I'm like, "Awooga? These won't have any lasting effects on my life." Are you kidding me?
It's like, thanks, Dad.
And then, well, and you know what's funny? My dad was one of the first people that was like, "Oh, we kind of guessed that you were bisexual." I was like, "Yeah, were you fucking testing me 20 years? Yeah, not 20 years, but were you testing me like 5 or 10 years ago? Were you testing me?
Are you testing me?
Were you trying to see if it was real? The bisexuality was real?" Well, congratulations, Dad. You did it.
Good. You found out? You want a cookie?
Oh.
You ever just trying to work on comic stuff and you ever
No, I don't actually. Because I'm not a little bitch.
I'm trying.
Well,
trying to do
maybe
panels.
It's a skill issue.
Damn, Dobby with my hair actually looks pretty nice.
I looked away for a split second to check my DNA.
How do you think I felt? How do you think I felt?
And then I see just like his bald ass head, but like little purple like with sideburns.
Yeah, pretty accurate actually.
Honestly, there's a post and it was of Dobby like dying in Harry's arms. And it was like, Harry better than me. If I saw that motherfucker, I would have stomped that shit out till he was putty.
Just threw him off the closet.
And honestly, me too. If I saw that motherfucker in my closet, absolutely not. That shit, that is an STD. That is an STD on legs.
It's a pit bull walking on two legs.
Nah. Are we talking Mr. Worldwide pit bull or?
No, I say that because one of my coworkers has like a pit bull puppy and his ears just look a lot like Dobby, so that was my first thought.
Oh, how dare you? Pit bulls are cute.
I know, but they have Dobby's ears.
I don't know that exactly.
You're looking more like those hairless dogs.
Hairless dogs.
Yeah, those dogs.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about hairless cats, though. I think that's more accurate.
Those types of dogs that you usually see that end up being like the world's ugliest dog is like
those, yeah.
Hairless on the body, and then they have like a few little like patches of hair like on their head.
What looks like
they look like cracked out chihuahuas.
There it is. Oh god, yep, there was my childhood nightmares. I literally looked up hairless dog ugly, and the first thing that popped up is fucking Sam.
You see, clown. What you're looking at is Andrew Tate's future.
Andrew Tate in 10 years.
Why is that so fucking accurate?
Oh god, dogs with no necks.
No.
So me in 10 years.
This dog, literally, it's not an ugly dog. It just has no neck.
Listen, me in 10 years.
That's just me now.
It makes me think of that TikTok of the pet owner like recording footage of their dog running around, and the dog has like birth deformities. But the caption is like, when you buy a dog off Wish. I was like, damn!
Look at this motherfucker, he has no neck!
Alright, well, I just came back, and that's the worst.
And
No, you know what that
literally the caption on this image is "Meet the world's ugliest dog." That is rude.
Stop the fucking presses. Andrew Tate has music?
Nah.
Andrew Tate has a lot of things.
And
Like, this is
where?
a rapper EDM.
Yeah,
When,
no, dude.
where, and how, and is he the reason that we have CBAT?
Yes, he is absolutely the reason we have CBAT. You know what that dog reminds me of? There's this dude.
Felony. Jail.
There's this fucking dude who became a giraffe in One Piece because that's what you do. And he was like, I'm gonna fucking shoot you with my face. So he like pulls his neck back and then extends it out super fast to like hit Zoro with his face. But when he extends his neck in, his legs get longer.
What?
These edibles.
This animated.
These edibles ain't shit.
I'm trying so hard to visualize what you just described.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna put the image in the chat.
I am struggling.
I can't even. No.
How do you think I'm doing right now?
Pretty okay, actually.
I'm doing mentally awfully right now. I promise you, and I promise you, my Ponder. All right.
What's happening?
I don't know. Check your Twitter.
Twitter. Oh god, Twitter. Oh god, I already have 4 notifications.
Yeah, and they're all awful.
President Clown Teeth hiding in Ellie's closet. Yeah. Hello. I thought he was holding a blunt for a second, but no, he's just snapping his fingers.
And that's not a blunt.
It's like there's just dust around his fingers because
It's
of
an
magical bullshit, I
invisible
guess.
blunt.
And then, what do you mean there's no blunt?
I mean, that makes sense for me. I've never smoked weed, but my skin is so dry that it'll probably flake off like a pile of dust.
I don't think that's what weed does to you.
I said I don't smoke weed. That's just how I am normally.
Clown,
I don't know
smoke
how to
weed.
tell you
Clown
this.
immediately
Weed
says
doesn't
something.
affect your skin.
Immediately says something that indicates to us that Clown does not smoke weed.
No shit. I don't smoke weed. No shit.
Listen, and I haven't gotten the chance. Listen,
I
got
don't
tipsy
do
once,
the
and I
weed.
cried.
I don't do the weed. Yeah, no, really? Couldn't tell.
I don't smoke weed, and here's my proof.
Clearly.
Here's the proof.
The one time I got tipsy when I drank like 3 or 4 vodka cranberries and I cried.
Oh god. Yeah, I'm not clubbing with you.
Yeah, trust me, you don't.
I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with the crying shit. I can't do it again. I can't do it again.
I'm the best fucking drunk ever, and you can always tell when I'm drunk because as soon as I'm drunk, I start talking and my right eye is closed. For some reason, I'll just close my right eye. No, I'll just talk and my right eye will just be closed, and that's the indicator. And all that changes when I get drunk is that I get way louder, which is great because I already am usually the loudest person in the room that I know. And my sense of humor becomes even fucking worse. I will laugh at literally anything for several minutes.
Oh, so a perfect match for both of us to be in the same room. Really awful for everybody else, but great for us.
Great for the rest. Great for you guys.
It's great for us. Everyone else gets to suffer.
I'll just be in my corner.
No, it's fine. You're gonna have
No.
you're gonna do a shot of Fireball with me. We're gonna see how this turns out.
I still remember the first time I got like super zooted, like zooted 2. I was living with Bruce back when back when, you know, things were a little spicier, but his cousin was living with us for a little bit, and she was sitting outside with one of the neighbors, and I was sitting out there. They were just drinking wine, and I'm like, I like wine. I'll sit there, drink wine with some fucking people. So I started drinking, and then Missy like passes over a pen to me, and I'm like, "Are you asking me to vape?" And she's like, "I'm asking if you want some weed, brother." And I'm like, "Oh, hell yeah." So I went in on both, and
The
I
vape and the weed.
well, the weed and the wine.
Oh.
And I after that, I do not remember what happened. What I have been told was
Uh-oh.
that
I don't like that. I don't like the sound of that.
I walked into Bruce's room and I asked him, "Am I working tomorrow?" He said, "No, you're not. Tomorrow's Saturday. You don't have work." And I said, "Good. If I did, I would die." And then I fell on the floor. And he
Actually
dragged me
died.
back to my bed. I then got up 5 minutes later, threw up, and then went back to bed. And he looked at me the next day, and he was like, it was really nice seeing you sleeping like a fucked up little angel."
Fucked up little angel.
Now, can I tell my first time getting absolutely hammered story?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This happened this year. So, I have a good friend. He is my best friend. Well, he is one of my best friends. He's my IRL best friend. Well, no, I can't say that because Obby's my IRL best friend now. He's my longest best friend. There you go.
I'm hoping you remove more statements. Well, he's not even my friend. He's like my wait. Well, he's not even my waiter. He just valeted my car.
If I tell Vladimir that he is simply a waiter in my life, he is an NPC in my life, I think he'll go, you know what? Likewise.
True of gaming. I'm an NPC in my life.
So he, his long-term boyfriend broke up with him. And so we hadn't really hung out that much, but I hated his boyfriend, so I was using it as a way to celebrate. But in translation, I was like, "Oh my god, bitch, let's just get fucked up. Fuck him. He doesn't deserve you." So that was how I was going about it. Hold on. Who followed me? Frostalfos? Thank you for following, Frostalfos. Well, anyway, I was just like, "Oh my god, bitch, let's get fucked up." And he was like, "All right, let's get fucked up. Let's get fucked up this weekend." And he was like, I know this cafe. It's a karaoke cafe. And he's a singer. And I was like, "Oh my god, absolutely. I will watch you sing. We're gonna put a pin in that." So we get to the cafe and cafe and whatever. We get to the bar. I'm like, "All right, I'm just gonna have a couple Angry Orchards." So, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get drunk. We're gonna put a pin in that as well. So we get there. He sings. What does he sing? He sings a song. I can't remember. He sings something, and like this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh, are you alone?" And I was like, "No, that's mine." Point to Vladimir, like, "That's mine." He's like, "Oh shit, okay, whatever." He comes back around in the story later. So anyway, I'm sitting here and he's like, "Are you sure you don't want to sing? Are you sure you don't want to sing?" Like Vlad keeps like poking at me. "Oh, are you sure you don't want? You sure you don't want to sing up there?" You know, and I have horrible stage fright when it comes to singing. I was like, "No, absolutely not. I'm not doing that." He's like, "All right, it's fine." And so then a conga line starts.
Oh no.
And I was like, 3 Angry Orchards in. 2 or 3, I can't remember. I think it might have been 2. Either way, I was like, "Oh, it couldn't hurt to join the conga line." So we did a conga line. Then the wobble came on, and when I tell you, I shook my goddamn ass like it was my fucking birthday. I shook my ass like it was my fucking birthday. And so, because of that, I was called over by the same guy from earlier who was asking me if I was alone. he was like, "Man, I'm buying everybody a shot of Fireball." And I was like, "What's Fireball?" It's like, "It's cinnamon." Oh my god, I love cinnamon.
Say it in that voice.
I did say it in that voice. Yes.
Oh my god.
It's 3 Fireballs later. I end up seeing Maroon 5, which is really funny given what's going on right now. That guy was really creepy. I don't even... God, he was so fucking creepy. He ended up getting kicked out of the bar because he was like touching on people.
Oh, thank God.
Ugh, it was a mess. But I just remember coming home, and then that was when I blacked out. So Gavin had to tell me what happened when I got home. Apparently, one of my favorite things to say at the end of every sentence was "bitch." And well, what had happened was that I got to like my porch, and I was like, "We were the hottest bitches there." I was sloppy drunk.
Jesus.
And he was like, "You got home." Vlad laid down on the couch. And it was old Maroon 5, Azula. Oh, it was old Maroon 5. So it was okay.
It was okay.
It was This Love, so it was okay. Shut up. Shut up, Kaden. But I what was it? So he told me I got home. Vlad was laid on the couch immediately. I went into the kitchen. I went into the freezer, popped some pizza rolls in the air fryer, and laid on the kitchen floor waiting for my pizza rolls to finish.
Been there, girlfriend.
And he was, and he walked up to me. He was like, "Honey, are you okay? Would you like to get up?" And I was like, "No, I'm waiting for my pizza rolls." He's like, "Honey, you can wait for your pizza rolls like on the couch or something." And I was like, "No, because then I'm gonna forget they're there, and the whole house is gonna burn down." Forgetting that my air fryer turns off when it's like finished. So at the most, they'll just be a little cold. And so then I after the pizza rolls were done, I got up, put the pizza rolls in a bowl, laid back down on the kitchen floor and ate them, and then I went to my bed. I went to the bed and I fell asleep.
That reminds me of...
So that just basically means I'm really fun drunk. Anyway.
You get the Ballet Girl voice when you're drunk.
That reminds me of my brothers had a tradition for 2 brothers, and then we stopped after they almost set the house on fire, and one literally shat in a tub. The moment they turned 21, the goal is to get so fucking wasted that they'll never try to get that wasted again. It was like the old
what my dad wanted to do.
Yeah, the old Gen X mentality on how to like treat your 21st birthday and stuff like that. They liked the idea. I fucking hated the idea. But nothing is funnier than my mom saying, "Okay, I'm about to go to bed. We need to get all the knives out of the kitchen."
Oh
God.
And then oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say Brickjack. Vlad had more drink than I did, and somehow he was less drunk. Continue.
But that's not the funniest part. The funniest part are 3 specific things. On my eldest brother's, he got so drunk, he passed out at his doorway, and anytime somebody tried to step over him to use the restroom, he would literally bite their ankles.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
On my second oldest brother's 21st birthday, he tried to do a DUI in front of a lit tiki, like that stuff, and I had to be the one there while these 2 drunk assholes were trying to recreate recreate a sobriety test. I'm making sure one of them doesn't set himself on fire the entire time. There is the tub situation. It seems he drank so much that his body temperature registered that he was dead. But that's not the funniest one. That's like just really dumb kitchen bullshit. One of our family friends at the time got so drunk she started petting the loaf of bread that was in the kitchen.
I believe it.
A loaf of bread. I'm just thinking of TF2.
No. They thought it was like an actual cat. They thought it was one of our cats.
Oh my god.
That's great.
No.
So they just started petting it. It's like I like him. I want to keep him. He's mine.
Here's a fun fact. I have acquired your location and am approaching rapidly.
But yeah, that sounds about right to BH.
The human experience.
It's just I can't wait to get drunk with you guys, and then you get to be like, all right, Ellie's never allowed near water again.
Closest I got to getting drunk was that one time I tried to do, like that last time I tried to do a 12-hour New Year's stream, and I drank too much and mixed alcohol and cider and stuff like that, and I just went to bed. I don't get blackout drunk because I don't like drinking that much because it's gross to me.
Vlad had like like Advil on crack, and was like, "Take this before you go to bed." I was like, "Why? Just do it." I was like, "All right," and I woke up. I didn't have a hangover. I was like, "I want to do that again." He's like, "No, you're not."
I've only gotten blackout drunk once in my life, and it was in a synagogue.
Oh gosh. Synagogue.
We were in the Chabad of Prague, and dinner was a strip of salmon, salad, and all the wine you could ask for. And so I went fucking crazy. I had like 9 cups of wine. And then I got fucking super blackout drunk. But the people in my program didn't care. What they did care about was when I had like this Bacardi in my flask that was like borderline soda. It was just really sweet and sugary. It just had like a 1% alcohol in it, and I didn't care. I just needed something nice and sugary to drink, and I didn't want to just get soda. And that was what they took issue with. Also, not the fact that I brought fucking what is it? I brought an entire flask of wine to a castle. And I was just like sitting there, just taking swigs of wine while looking at like fucking the castle in Prague, being like, "Oh, this is badass."
Honestly, I want to go out and drink with Avi and Vlad, like at the same time.
I was about to say, like, those are incredibly easy things to do individually.
Well, I mean, I could always call Vlad and be like, "Bitch, are you free this weekend?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Why?" And I was like, "You want to get?" Because like one time we were about to go like drinking the next weekend at the same place. He's like, "Oh, I've never had more fun drinking with somebody. You are amazing to go out with." And I was like, "Ah, shucks, thanks." And we were about to go out again like the next weekend, and I don't know what happened, but I remember something happened. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he was like, "Yeah, no, we can't do it this weekend." And then we just forgot to schedule it again. We simply just forgot.
There's only one person I can honestly trust myself being blackout drunk with, and that is Blaze, and we have never drank anything together except over calls.
I mean,
Hold on. What?
Avi, we were not blackout drunk that time.
Well, I know we weren't, but like...
I was completely cognitive whenever penis was in my mouth.
I know.
Come on, man.
I know what I'm saying. I'm saying is you wouldn't.
If Blaze is there, yeah, I'm totally down.
I would 100% get drunk with my boyfriend and my girlfriend.
Okay, that's actually
and your husband.
There's a story behind that. There's a little story behind that. So Blaze couldn't go to MomoCon this year and all that stuff because financial reasons and all that stuff. And I I was sitting. We were dealing with a lot of bullshit that weekend. By the way, if you're ever in the Atlanta area, never get Airbnb. We learned the hard way that weekend. Never get Airbnb. Not again. That burned us hard. But the yeah, Avi and I had this idea of take a picture of yourself. It's like, okay, send it to Blaze. It's like, oh man, I miss you. And then I sent her a second picture of Avi drinking one of the drinks we got at Walmart. It's like, never mind, I got somebody.
Yep.
It was like,
But what was it? I want to go drinking with you guys. I just have a feeling in my guttural area that it'll be the greatest time ever.
Buzzball.
I want to try one. I want to try a buzzball. I know I know my my lightweighted ass would just.
It's just a cocktail. That's all it is.
I said what I said, Kaden.
I know you said what you said.
This candle smells like Fireball. Yes, non-alcoholics call it cinnamon, Becky.
This candle smells like Fireball. That's a fucking candle.
No, it's just like us non-alcoholics call that cinnamon.
Synonym.
Anemone.
I just think of that guy who just on YouTube who just cooks like recipes from like the 1940s, and every time it requires cinnamon, he's like cinnamon.
B. Dylan Hollis.
Yeah, that's his name.
B. Dylan Hollis. Yes, he.
I like the one that he did for Valentine's Day, and it was the cream pie, and he just wouldn't stop making jokes about it. You have no idea how much I saved that.
The candle one where it was just a banana. Just a banana with a cherry on top. Hello.
Caffeinated
That was the recent one. I watched the one where he used Velveeta cheese to like make was it like a chocolate thing? Like a fudge cake?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it was really good, and that was like the most terrifying. It's because chocolate can hide anything.
I believe it, but also
No, because I mean, like that's why people put like shit with like that's how parents get their kids to eat vegetables.
Or maybe give them vegetables that taste good.
But that doesn't exist, Kaden.
Yeah, they do.
No, I refuse.
Corn. It has the. I'm not even gonna fucking finish that meme. But no, corn legitimately is like one of the best vegetables out there.
The most veggies I'm able to eat is corn and carrots and celery.
Brussels sprouts.
And lettuce. I like lettuce.
The only time I like it is maybe carrots.
Carrots have no taste.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's why it's
no
good.
Taste. Celery has no taste.
I like celery with peanut butter.
I don't like eating stuff that have no taste. Like it
depends for me.
I'm sorry, carrots and celery have no taste?
Yeah, no, I heard that, and I'm stuck on the carrots part especially.
Yeah, like what the... I think your taste buds are broken.
Carrots definitely do have a taste. Same with celery. It's like a watery sort of, just vitamin-y taste.
I guess I just don't consider watery and vitamin-y a flavor.
Are you the type of guy that puts like that liquid flavor shit into water because water doesn't taste like anything to you?
No, I do it because there's metallic bullshit in my water and I'm getting sick off of it.
Fair enough. That's actually a valid reason.
We're dealing with like some shit right now with our water.
I don't know if flavoring is gonna help with
Oh,
that.
you too? You fucking too?
I've been sick for the past 4 days.
We had a whole situation where people wanted to do construction on the sewers,
Ugh.
And so they were like, all right, guys, so you guys don't get to have regular water without boiling it for 3 days. And I was like, and so, hey, can you guys, like, fix the pipes that's leaking into our bathtub?
Yeah, I
The dirty-ass water. And they're like, no!
I currently live in a Section 80 low-income apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where the former manager and now in jail person,
oh my god,
he every single time we made a complaint, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll try, but you know how these government types get. They don't like to actually help people." We found out why we never got help. He was pocketing the money. He was pocketing the money.
Wow.
So on Monday, I'm gonna swing it by the front desk with the new management that actually is getting shit done to see what the fuck is wrong with our pipes.
I'm making my D&D character have sparkly ass art boots.
I'm making mac and cheese.
Absolutely.
And nobody can stop me.
Well, thanks for reminding me that I need to redraw my old D&D characters later.
As you should.
Okay, so the question remains, because I don't know how in touch B is when they don't exist in my peripheral view. Have you seen the Amogus meme?
Which one?
Did you know the easiest way to draw someone crying?
God, stop it, please! I can't take it anymore. I've seen it everywhere. Please make it stop!
You're only offended because it's true.
No, I refuse!
Okay, I did see Naughty's character with the Among Us cry.
Have you seen? I've seen the one where it was like the twerking one.
My favorite one so far is somebody drawing an Among Us character crying with an Among Us character in their eye.
That one was pretty good. I think I retweeted that one.
Like, I'm so out of the loop, I don't even know.
The joke is, and somebody actually is, they were taking like an old anime picture, and there was like how to draw somebody crying in anime, and and they just pointed out how it looked like an Among Us character
with shoes,
wearing big boots, big shoes.
I'm gonna have to find that later. Jesus Christ!
It's everywhere, so you won't have a hard time.
Do you just literally type Amogus crying? Is that it?
Yeah, Amogus crying. It's
Amogus. Amogus. How have I not seen this? Amogus.
Amogus.
Granted, I will say my other favorite meme right now is people clipping themselves into Adam Levine's fucking DMs.
Yeah,
that shit. I'm sorry, man. That shit.
Oh,
the memes that are going around with that, genuinely did not expect the whole like cheating allegation thing to spur that on.
Because it's like, just so cringe.
I'm sorry. I'm more wondering how the whole I want to name my baby after my mistress thing didn't blow up more than the template meme there.
People just meme.
I'm just fascinated. I'm fascinated by it.
I think that the reason why the template meme is doing so well is because it's a template meme and people could do their own thing with it.
No, I know, but I'm surprised that was what they're templating.
I'm sorry, but you know.
What was
Adam
it?
Levine needs to get out of Zelda's DMs. That's all I'm saying.
Holy fuck! Yeah, that's a holy fuck.
That's a cat, sir. Sir, that's not the pussy you should be chasing.
Oh god, he's a furry. Let's go.
No. At that point, it's not. It is a quadruped. That is bestiality.
That is sparrow porn right there.
That is.
Get out of my cat's DMs.
Okay, is it bad that I wanna? Okay.
Please don't say you want to fuck. Don't say you want to fuck the cat. Please say you don't. You'll say you want to fuck the cat. Please don't say you want to fuck the cat.
I'm gonna do something else.
Okay. Good. Please do literally anything else.
I'm gonna do something else. No, you're gonna strangle me for this later.
Oh, wonderful. I get a reason to commit another crime.
Like, you've been wanting to murder me since, like, what?
I wanted to murder you
2018?
for a hot minute. I mean, I wanted to murder you since you decided to talk shit, and you backed up and you have in fact not gotten hit yet, so.
I'm sorry. I was a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know you were, and you still have to pay for your crimes. I know your sins.
I have a lot of things I need to pay for, like taxes.
I know. Listen, I know your sins.
I need to say this because this just came to my mind, and I know it's true. Clown Teeth,
Yes.
Ellie, I know you two respond to get each other's attentions in your DMs by calling each other slut or bitch.
Who?
You too.
You and Clown Teeth.
We don't talk.
Yeah, we don't talk that often because I'm awful.
No, me and Avi, that's a different situation.
No, it's just like the vibes you two were giving right there. It's like sup bitch, sup slut.
I haven't been called a slut and a whore in a while.
That can be changed. That can be arranged.
If
you want, I'll do it.
Like,
trust
go for
me.
it, man.
No, because if you do that, I'll forget your name. I've done it before. I forgot what Avi's name was for like a week, and I never told him.
What? Wait, what?
Because remember the whole time, like there was like a week where there was some shit going down in my family, and I kept telling you all the tea about it, and I didn't even call you by your name. The only indicator that you knew that you were about to get some good shit was when I was like, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I would never call you Bobby. It's just for like that whole week. It's bitch. I got some shit for you, bitch. You know. For a hot minute, I genuinely forgot what your name was.
That's awesome.
I actually had to say what your name was.
It's really listen. There are ways when I know that people truly do appreciate me and enjoy my company. That's one of them.
Yeah.
It's like bitch.
Bitch.
Listen.
Or slut. Something else, I don't know.
There we go. I did the thing.
I hope. Actually, never.
Your friend is playing a hentai game. That friend is me. I'm the friend that's playing it.
I'm usually the friend that plays the hentai game whenever I'm ballsy enough to play the hentai game. Anyway, does anybody want to play Dramatical Murder with me?
No.
Oh my god, that takes me back. It's been 84 years.
God,
takes a drag of my cigarette. I haven't heard that name in 10 years.
I still fucking. Okay, Ellie, I need to ask you a question.
I swear they were 18.
What?
So I've been thinking about that tweet recently.
Thank you for ignoring that.
The why is everyone saying Blaze Blue tweet.
Yeah.
Why?
There we go.
I haven't gone through any of the Blaze Blue story modes. I know the very
Batman. It looks like it's about time for you to do it.
No, I mean, like, what are they talking about? Is the butt floss scene real?
I'm sorry, the what?
Is the what now?
The butt floss.
Okay, so I did hear that correctly.
You know what? How about you go through it for me, so you know, as I can remember, because I don't remember.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because there was this. I follow this account called like shitty fighting game ideas, and one of them is a fighting game that a fighting game story mode that has a completely unrelated fetish scene in it that is never mentioned again.
Oh, 100% Blaze Blue.
Yeah, and then like the top comment in response is, why is everyone saying Blaze Blue?
Yeah, because that just happens every now and then.
Yeah.
It really does just happen every now and then. It's honestly really funny. It's like watching an episode of Totally Spies.
Dude, like...
It just happens.
Yeah, sometimes
except instead of, like, having it, like, be the whole episode of just fetish, it's a mere morsel, a minuscule sense of it.
Morsel.
And then it's simply a crumb of fetish coochie. And then we just move on.
Also, Kaden, was that goat
anyway,
that you sent in response to the meme that I sent?
So anyway, in case anybody wants to be first in line to play mine and Avi's hit game, Holier Than Doubt, name is pending.
Name is pending, and then be like super not confused when the random sneeze scene happens.
Shut up! We're not supposed to tell them what the fetish scene was.
Okay. Hear me out.
No. I don't want to anymore. Please let me go from these shackles. I will not resign.
Just say that shit. People like scream at me. What if Kingdom Hearts is just Goofy trying to impress Max's girlfriend with stories of his old D&D campaigns?
Yes. 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 yes.
I've seen that post.
That explains how convoluted it is.
Yes. No, and that's the thing, is that now that we've finished the Xehanort saga, fucking the next game is she's gonna be in it. And Goofy will be like, oh yeah, now it's you, me, Max. You're the new Donald and Sora.
Where's the money?
Where's my fucking money, Goofy? Oh!
Goofy gets hit by a rock and dies. Then Goofy got better.
No, he got a critical on a save throw.
No. So what happened in that entire situation is the first roll was a natural 1, which anybody who knows D&D knows that is 2 failed death saves.
It is.
But the second he came back, he got a natural 20 on his death save, which means he immediately gets back up, depending on certain tables, with 1 HP.
Goofy toughed it out so you wouldn't feel sad.
Exactly.
I mean,
Goofy's a Pokemon?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you.
What?
No, I just said thanks for getting it.
Sometimes I forget.
Toughed it out so you wouldn't feel sad, and you said Pokemon. I'm like, yeah.
Sometimes
exactly.
I forget you know Pokemon.
Me?
No, Ponder.
Oh, okay. About to say, like.
And then I like rewatch some of your commentaries. I'm like, oh yeah, there's that one time that you did body horror with Pokemon.
We were going to do Pokemon, and then we forgot.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. No, instead of talking about Pokemon now, we're talking about fucking stupid anime incel bitches.
Yes.
You're going after a Dragon Ball person?
No, we're going after a JoJo YouTuber.
Damn it.
It's always JoJo, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. JoJo and Dragon Ball. Like, it sucks that, like, the least bad, huge shonen fandom being... I mean, I'm not super familiar with the Bleach fandom, so I'm not gonna make a judgment on that, but at least from what I've seen,
I have run into a pretty bad one.
The fact that the least horrible fan base is probably either One Piece, or I guess I haven't seen Bleach, so I'll see how that fan base is when I get there. Dragon Ball and JoJo's fan bases are so bad. They're so bad.
This is why I don't get involved in fandoms. They all fucking suck.
They're all bad, except
they're
Kirby.
all awful.
Except Reanimated Octopus. It's their fan base is the best. Don't forget this.
Now my fan base, on the other hand, if you guys aren't fucking toxic, you're doing it wrong.
Nah, man, I have a fan base.
That's not serious. Please don't be toxic.
I have a fan base of 2 people.
Guys.
You think your life is difficult? Try being a woman in the Dragon Ball fandom. Try being a queer woman of color in the Dragon Ball fandom.
No. Don't add the Dragon Ball fandom. Just try being a queer woman of color.
Yeah.
Well, we were specifically talking about fandoms.
Especially the anime fandoms.
No. I'm specifically in fandoms. Just in general.
Yeah.
I think the only places
Sorry,
I've ever
you know what? No,
seen
I got a
queer
better
people
one.
of color fully accepted is sadly the Danganronpa community.
Oh my god!
You know what? No, I got a better one. Woman of color who is queer and cosplays.
Yep.
I win.
You
won.
What's my prize?
Me.
What's my prize? The sad reality.
Yeah.
Shoe. You get the shoe.
You get the audacity.
Your prize is me with a ribbon.
Your prize is the audacity.
Yes.
Well, that's my favorite prize of all.
Yep, and then I jump out of the box and I run towards you with open arms, and then I run past you and
I am begging you, kick them both out of the server.
No.
No, Kaden, I don't. You know what? I don't want to fucking hear it coming from you because I remember distinctly.
I keep my homosexuality with my girlfriend privated nowadays. Thank you.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Nowadays.
I'm not talking about that. No, I'm talking about the time where you're like, man, I really need a new like sub alert. Hey Ellie, do you think you and Avi can like do a voiceover for that? And not too further away from that, you were like, man, Ellie and Avi are just joined at the hip. Meanwhile, hey Ellie and Avi, do you want to do this thing together?
I still need to get that audio. I still need to get that audio.
Yeah, what did you need in particular, actually?
I forgot what it was.
Welcome to our club. Welcome to our
Welcome to
club.
our club.
Welcome sub. Welcome sub. Welcome sub. Something around those lines.
Welcome
Something in
submissive.
this.
Welcome submissive.
Polly streaks.
Listen, all I know is that every time someone makes a thing about like, oh, Ellie and Avi are always together, they find a way to get us again together. So what do you want me to do?
I want you to do the audio, then I want you to stop.
Cool,
Only
badass.
for my
Stop
own
hanging out with
benefit.
Avi. I'm gonna stop hanging out with Avi.
No,
No,
not stop
no.
hanging out with Avi. Just
Stop
That'd be
being
mean.
queer? No.
stop
I'm
being
not gonna.
gay.
I'm not gonna allow your bi erasure.
Stop being gay. Okay, give me a second. Where's that fucking?
Well,
It's-
Shit. You know what, Avi? I'm sorry. We're gonna have to use this for a different time. You'll never know what this is.
Terrified of what that implies.
I know. That's the whole point. I'm gonna terrify you. It's where you'll ask you'll stay awake at night wondering what did she mean by that.
I stay
Well,
awake
you'll
at
never
night because I'm off my medication and I'm sad.
Again, you'll still be wondering what I meant by that. Maybe that's not the reason you're traumatized, but it's not gonna help.
Maybe that's not the reason why I'm not traumatized. What?
No, I said maybe that's not the reason why like you can't sleep at night, but it's not gonna help.
I'm
I said what I said. Shut up.
no, I'm currently in a state of shock right now.
Why are you shocked, honey?
Hi, baby.
So I got a DM from someone on
I gotta kill him.
Hmm?
Do I have to kill him?
No.
Oh.
I got a
Okay.
DM from someone on Discord.
We
And
don't have to kill him.
they graduated this week, and they're like, "Hey, I'm a little sad we never got to fight. Do you wanna at some point?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, no problem, absolutely." Sees he plays Anji. Fine, I'll fucking play against you, you cuck. But now he's just been like throwing me just tournaments, and it's like, yeah, no, they're fucking, here's some tournaments. If they don't let you in because you're in Celestial, I can ask if you could do commentary. And I'm like, what the hell?
Take that, bitch.
God damn.
Avi, if there is somebody who should be a staple in the FCG, commentary area, it's you.
I want to just yell.
Because A, you can give legit good commentary on like what actually happened, and then follow it up with the most deranged shit.
Dude, I would
Yeah.
love to be fucking just completely stupid on the mic.
That's all anyone could ever ask for.
All right. So I am now done with my D&D character. At
Well,
least a part of it.
Oh, I see you.
It is on my stream.
They are very sweet. I like it.
So harvest your organs for her patron.
Amazing.
She truly slay girl queen pussy boss.
Pretty much. Yeah. I dig it.
So now I'm gonna actually work on my commissions.
No.
Oh yeah, commissions.
Hee anyway.
Hee-ho.
Hee haha hee haha ho.
Excuse me.
Me too.
I'm gonna have to jump off for now because I gotta go do some stuff, but yeah. It's nice chatting with you all briefly.
Have a good day.
I want Gavin to come home so we can go get food. 'Cause he's
I am
hungry.
so glad you finished that thought. I was terrified where that was going. I wish Gavin would come back and just fuck the shit out of me.
Fuck me, silly. Listen, if I wanted him to fuck me silly, I'd just say fuck me silly.
You know, honestly, Ellie, this is crazy. This is honestly really crazy. This is like crazy.
Is it though?
No.
Okay.
Stop
Don't
saying
wanna
it.
God.
Love you. Kiss, kiss. Mm.
McAfee is trying to fucking talk to me? John
What about
McAfee?
about never mind.
Hey, Caden, have you ever seen John McAfee explaining how to what's it called? Um how to get rid of McAfee on your computer?
No, but you've told me about it before.
It's really good.
Why don't you explain it to the audience?
So John McAfee created a video called How to Uninstall McAfee. And it's him saying he's going to tell someone, or that one of his associates is going to tell you how to uninstall McAfee. And while
We'll be
the dude
right
is
back.
telling
I'm
you how to
gonna take
uninstall
that for a walk
McAfee,
real quick.
John McAfee is busy getting like just you know just kissed and just touched all around, doing drugs with these women, and fucking going crazy, having a sick rager, and then it cuts back to the dude who's like trying to tell you how to uninstall McAfee, and then the girls start coming up to him and being like, "Hey man, what's good?" And he's like, "I'm trying to tell the good people how to uninstall McAfee," and they're like, "You don't have to do that." It's really funny.
Depressed mess. Yes, I know of the Great Rouge. No, we're not talking about them further because I was discussing on Twitter earlier how I'm getting really annoyed of people bringing random drama to me and asking for me to solve their problems. So that's about it.
Let's talk about. Listen, there's a much bigger drama that we need to really focus on.
Yeah,
And
nobody's
it's
watching Inside Job on Netflix.
I actually watched the first episode. I really didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
I did not like it.
I
It's
watched
not my
it.
type of humor, to be
Well,
honest.
that's fair, but I'm watching. It's like this animation is way too good for a show that people are telling you to write off. Like way too fucking good.
Oh, I'm not. I would never tell someone to write it off. I just like it's not my thing personally. But I also like Rick and Morty, so I'm not allowed to judge people for their taste.
Oh yes, you do. That's your job as a Rick and Morty fan.
Yeah, but the problem is I want to be the one good one.
No, it's
Well, no, actually there is one other good one.
they're
Nessie Monster.
Yeah. Look. That you're thinking way too big. You're a Rick and Morty fan. You have to be a disappointment to your parents and friends alike.
Oh. Well, I'm a disappointment to my parents already. That's no problem.
How can you call yourself a Rick and Morty fan if you don't talk about it and make it just a permanent part of your life?
I am back. I had to go take Scott out real quick.
Truly not a Rick and Morty fan.
Oh, well. Shit. Oh, wait, what?
You're truly not a Rick and Morty fan. Granted, I'll say this: it explains a lot whenever the executive producer of Inside Job is the man who created, Gravity Falls. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the executive producers is Alex Hirsch. So what are you working on?
What am I working on?
Art footage for video.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even ask me.
You said you were working on commissions.
Yeah, I was working on a thumbnail. You're not even looking at the thumbnail, are you?
Fuck.
Might need to take a
Can we
break
talk-
and go stretch my legs, though. I'm getting kind of restless and tired for some reason.
I'll still be streaming, so.
Yeah. Y'all can go watch
I'm
it.
probably gonna stream till I finish this thumbnail.
I actually need to run out to the store, so I'm gonna go myself. So I'll talk to you all later.
Enjoy your walk or drive or whatever you're doing.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Maybe. Before anybody asks, yes, this is Jaden Animations in the thumbnail.
Nice. Why is she sad?
Because somebody was trying to be ace-phobic.
Oh.
This is a thumbnail for my friend.
I don't understand acephobia.
Android Apex.
I don't understand acephobia. It's literally just someone being like, I don't want to have sex, and people be like, and I took that fucking personally.
It's not natural. Human beings have to have sex all the time like fucking rabbits. It's because they think that for some fucking reason they could have a shot, and now that she's like, I'm Ace Arrow, they're like, I took that personally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she wasn't gonna fuck you even if she wasn't.
Does everybody have to get involved in what everybody else wants to fuck or doesn't want to fuck? Who cares? Unless you're harming someone, who fucking cares?
I took that personally.
Hey B, did I tell you recently so I've been hanging around in little fun little beginners brackets, and one of the commentators is this really cool guy. His name's Bones, and he was saying on Twitter like, oh yeah, just having some rough shit in my life, not gonna be able to stream too much, and I responded to him. I was like, hey man, hope things can get better for you. Hope you like things like start working out. You can get back to doing all the things you want to do, and like, you know, so life doesn't suck. And I get I get a mention from I get a mention, and it's an image of him of Twitter telling him he's not allowed to tweet something. And it's him being like, what the fuck? Why is Twitter being so fucking Twitter won't let me fucking respond to the homie hidden bonsai, and it's him saying it's like, oh hell yeah, thanks a lot, idiot. Like I want that framed on my wall.
I love that. Also, I don't know. It's really funny how Twitter's like, most people do not tweet like this. And I'm like, are you sure, Twitter? Are you sure that people don't tweet like that and not worse?
Yeah.
It's like I took when I was in a high school, we had a thing, and it was like internet etiquette. Don't ask, I don't know either. But it was like most teenagers are actually really nice to other people on the internet. It's not normal to be bully people on the internet. I'm like, are you sure, Grandpa?
Yeah, that sounds factually untrue.
That's untrue.
Like,
I know for a fact teenagers exclusively bully each other on the internet.
Bullying basically goes fucking viral, and that like makes people think they're justified in their bullying. Like what happened with Croquet.
I don't even know what that is.
It was an artist on TikTok who was being bullied because of how they drew, and then people, when
people started calling out the fact that it was literally just bullying, the bully is like tried to justify their bullying to be like, oh, Crooked said the N-word once in this DM that we have, therefore they're racist, therefore we're totally justified in what we're doing, and then they would like harass and bully anyone that said otherwise.
Lovely.
It was pretty fucking disgusting.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
And it was really just like Crooked drew eyes very high on the head, therefore, haha, bad artist.
Also, hey people, if you're gonna talk about a younger artist, like a not very experienced artist, or not even just like not a good artist, like on All Reality, but they're fucking trying and they're new at it, please don't fucking say it's ... something. Like, if you have nothing constructive to say about it, please just don't fucking say anything. If you're not gonna uplift somebody, if you're not gonna be, nice and critical about it, like if you're not gonna be like, oh, hey, if you do this, this, and this, it might help with your XYZ or something like that. Like, if you're not gonna fucking help, please don't say anything.
Don't be a bitch.
That has the same energy as telling a fat person that they are so confident for wearing, like, a crop top. Just, you're not fucking doing anything. It's such a backhanded compliment. Not even a fucking compliment at that point. You're just saying something
Honestly,
so you can say you said something.
Honestly, if you're gonna tell someone they're oh my god, they're so confident for going out doing blah, it's like you're so confident for going out into the fucking nuclear hellscape. Just imagining the fucking like the scene from Terminator 2 where just the explosion goes off and there's just someone in there in a crop top and it's just like, OMG, so confident.
I'm sorry, like it's not cute. Like it's not what you think you're doing something. You really think you're fucking doing something by telling a fat person that they're so confident for going out. You're basically telling them, oh my god, I can't believe you've decided to as the monster that you look like, you've decided to come out and be with us normal people looking like that. Oh my god, so confident.
It really is just saying, like, if I looked like you, I would hide away in shame.
Yeah, and it's like, honey, your insecurities are showing. If you're just gonna expose yourself like that, at least, let me get the safe word out.
Listen.
It's not the compliment you think it is. It's not a compliment. It's backhanded as fuck.
Why if you're ever trying to compliment someone, at least from my perspective, it's like, because I always think about like those like anti-SJW videos about like, OMG, why is catcalling bad? You're just telling someone they look pretty. It's way better than saying to a girl, oh, you're hot, oh, nice tits, or something. Is, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it better etiquette to just compliment a part of like their outfit or something, or like something that they clearly put a lot of time and effort into looking good?
Like if you go up to a girl and you're like, I love your makeup.
Yeah.
Or like, I love that shirt. That shirt looks really good.
Or like,
that shirt's really nice. Or like, hell, I love that shirt. Where did you get it? Hey, start a fucking conversation. That's how you can do it.
Or if it has to be a body part, you could be like, hey, I like your hair. People like getting compliments of their hairstyle.
It's just like, it's like some guys just have never talked to a person before.
They really be out here thinking, oh, the best thing I could compliment this person on are specifically the body parts that make me have a boner.
Like, oh, I wonder why this person seems uncomfortable to be around me. Oh, maybe because your first thought was to objectify them.
How dare you not be complimented by the fact that I said your ass was up to my tastes.
And a complete fucking stranger, mind you.
It's so funny like you saying that specifically because I feel like the fucking I feel like the you know the superhero guy having to press one of the two buttons with the fucking the washcloth to his head.
Yeah.
I just it's like is just like me actually wanting to compliment someone on a nose ring because I think they're cool. It's like,
I just and you know it's really the issue that I have seen why women are more likely like I have no issue with a woman coming up to me and complimenting me over a guy is because the girl understands that that is just a one and done. I like your shirt, it's pretty, or I like this, that, it's pretty, and then like that's the end of the conversation. Like, oh my god, thank you. It's like a 2-second interaction. There isn't that much. Guys just want to have a whole conversation while you're trying to fucking do something.
And they want to start that conversation off by objectifying you.
Like, I'm sorry, I have more of a chance of wanting to have a conversation with you if you talk to me like a human being.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think like if a guy approached me and you know asked me what products I use in my hair, you know, or where I got the shirt that I got, because I've had it, people like I'm wearing my JJK shirt, like one of my favorite JJK shirts right now, but I've had people be like, oh my god, where'd you get the shirt? And they were like genuinely just being nice, and they were like, oh my god, that shirt looks so cool, it's so awesome, I wanted to get that shirt. And like I would be way more likely to talk to somebody then, because you know it's not you're not trying to fuck me.
You don't feel threatened.
No, I don't feel threatened. If you come to me and you're just trying to be nice and ask me where I got a shirt, if you like the shirt, you then great. I will 100% have a fucking conversation with you. Because congratulations, you treated me like a human being and not a piece of fucking meat.
But then you could also get the guys who are like, I treated you like a human being that one time when
Yeah,
I held
nice
the door
guy
open.
TMs.
That means you get to fuck me now, right?
Yeah, the bare minimum of social etiquette. Congratulations. You did the bare minimum. Like, I don't understand the whole situation with, like, the issue I have is my main issue is that people think that it is their God-given divine fucking right to get some by a complete stranger. That I don't even know if you're like clean or not, first of all. Hold on. Cat, get down off the counter. I don't even know if you're fucking clean. I don't know if you're fucking house trained. You know? You housebroken? But I just never understood, like, I think you look nice. I think you look sexy. I know nothing about you. Let's fuck. Huh?
Yeah, I always think shit like that is just isn't like insane
So
to me.
weird. And like that's normal. I never got that. I never understood the aspect of fucking somebody I don't even know their first name. I don't even know their last name. I don't even know their fucking birthstone, you know? Like that's weird. Is that not weird to anybody else?
No, it's weird.
I've never felt the need to like look at somebody and just immediately want to fuck them.
Except
I can
me,
look at them and
obviously.
well, you know, it was good. But like I can look at somebody and be like, "Oh my god, they are aesthetically attractive."
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would like to talk to them and get to know them if I wasn't, you know, with somebody, right? But like if I was single and I saw somebody that I thought was incredibly attractive, the first thing my brain goes to is I want to talk to them. And know who they are
I want to hear
But
about their
no,
plans in life
immediately-
and see if it meshes with mine.
Well, and it's like I don't know. I can't bring myself to understand just all right, hot tractor person across the bar. Fuck, like that's so strange. I think that's more alien to me.
Yeah, like you see them across the bar and you've like, all right, you're my goal for the night. Ooh.
Yeah, like that's how people see them. That's how people literally like see other people, and that's like so strange. And like whenever I bring that up, like, isn't that fucking weird that some people do that? And they're like, I mean, that's kind of normal. I was like, yeah, but like, isn't that weird? And they're like, not really. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean it's not weird? That's like the weirdest. What? I don't know.
That's like a hookup culture or whatever. Society has conditioned us to be like, yep, that's a thing.
That's great, I suppose. I just wish that.
And then they shame us for hooking up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. I can't understand it. Somebody make me understand, please. I want to understand. I want to understand your thought processes. And here's the thing, right? Despite like how I'm talking here, I'm not trying to like judge you. I just don't understand. And I would like to understand the thought process behind I see person across the bar, I want to instantly fuck them. I just want to know like where you get to that point. Like how did we get here?
I want someone to ask me if I want nuggets. Yeah.
If somebody came up to me and they were like, you want to go get some chicken nuggies, instant marriage.
People be like, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. The way to anyone's heart is through their fucking stomach. Like, you feed
if someone
people and
came
they're
up
happy.
to me, man, if someone came up to me and he was like, I will make the greatest like potato soup you've ever had in your life, I'll take that as a goddamn challenge.
Have you ever had butternut squash soup?
No, I don't know how that tastes. I feel like that doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good. It's very good. Trust me.
Okay. It just has a very unfortunate name.
Yeah, butternut squash is the worst fucking like name for anything ever that you eat. But if you like a soup that's like the perfect salty / sweet / save like that perfect middle ground, when you come over, I'll tell mom to make it and she'll give you the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's always good to learn how to make new food because then that's probably one less meal that you're spending out instead of making yourself.
No, yeah.
Yeah, recently I've been like trying to make food in the house a lot more because the food here is expensive.
It can be. I like to make food just as like I like the activity of making food. The activity of making food makes me happy.
Cooking is just an ends to a means. The means is delicious.
Well, it's just like I like making something and I can sit here and go, I made that with my own 2 hands. It gives me some semblance of like satisfaction and gratification of me just saying, I can say like I made that. I did that all by myself.
I wish I got that because then I'd probably actually enjoy cooking.
We can cook together. I like cooking with people. Even if you just like grab me the spices, it is good enough help for me.
I will just Ellie just be like, okay, B, give me the paprika, and I just hand her the paprika.
Yeah, I just like we're doing surgery. Scalpel.
Yes.
Paprika.
Gotcha.
Black pepper.
Here you go.
Garlic powder.
I'm on it.
Whisk.
I have no idea what we're making. It'll just be
probably...
like a complete surprise to me.
It'll be a surprise for everybody later. I don't know. I think cooking with somebody is very intimate.
Yes.
Cooking with somebody is very intimate, and I like doing that. I like cooking with people. Like, what was it? I cooked with Avi when he was over, and I had a genuine fun.
Yeah. It was. Listen, I love cooking, especially when I'm cooking with someone else that I'm comfortable with being myself around.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be putting on a front when you're trying to focus on cooking.
You're not on a cooking show. Gavin makes some pretty good burgers. I don't think you've ever had one of his burgers, Avi, but he had pretty fucking good burgers. Burger. Now I'm hungry. I'm really getting fucking hungry.
I am also getting hungry. I want to go down and make a sausage farmer's wrap.
Gavin's not gonna be home for a while.
I was buying Timmy's sausage farmer's wraps a lot, and then my mom was just like, why don't I just buy you sausages? And I was like, can you just buy those? And then she did, so now I've just been eating farmer's wraps at home by making them. I haven't got the recipe entirely down, but substituting mayonnaise and hot sauce seems to do the trick.
Oh. I love Gavin, because, like, Gavin's one of those people that will just remember things that you tell him, and then do it in abundance.
See, that's nice.
But, so I like mayonnaise, right? I like mayonnaise on my burgers, and I like dipping my fries in mayonnaise. Gavin has translated that to, okay, so put mayonnaise on everything. Like, he was making me, a hot dog. And without even asking, without even doing anything, like, with me mentioning it, he puts mayonnaise on my hot dogs. I do not like mayonnaise on my hot dogs.
Oh, no!
And he gives it to me. He's like, oh, here you go, sweetheart. And I was working, and I didn't really say anything, because I didn't look up or anything. I was working on something, and I looked down, and I saw the mayonnaise, and I was like, oh no. And I just politely was like, Gavin, I don't like mayonnaise on my hot dogs. He was so, like, he felt so upset. He was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your dinner.
I did it.
And I was like, no, I'll eat it. I was like, no, I'll eat it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you upset. He's like, I'll never do it again. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad. And I'm like, no, shut up. It's okay.
Gavin be like, no, and bad husband.
I'm bad. He no, that's what he said. He's like, I feel like a shitty husband. It's like, Gavin, I promise you're doing more than most husbands out there.
Gavin, you made me a hot dog.
Also,
Ooh,
it is.
you made 2 hot
I'm a
dogs.
skedoodle. Goodbye.
Goodbye. He made me 2 hot dogs.
Even better.
He made me dose dogs. But, like, he's always I love getting Wendy's. Like, that's my comfort, like, place to eat.
Yeah.
And he knows my order that I always get from Wendy's. So I get the same thing every time: Baconator, large fry, and lemonade.
Delicious.
And one time I told him I was, like, feeling dookie, and he came home and he had Wendy's, and it was, like, pretty early into us moving in together, and I was like, Gavin, I didn't even tell you my order. And he's like, honey, you get the same thing every time. I was like, okay, what do I get? He was like, Baconator, large fry, lemonade, and I was like, oh.
Oh,
no, never mind.
You got me to shut up. Damn.
Got me to shut the fuck up, and he handed it to me, and he's like, oh, wait, hold on. And he grabs the fucking mayonnaise, and he puts it on, he puts some mayonnaise on my plate, and he's like, for you.
Aww.
For you. And I was like, well, now I have to marry you.
Ellie and Gavin, my OTP.
I mean, it's my OTP as well.
Excellent.
I hope so.
I would hope so.
I hope he's my OTP. I'm saying this with no certainty, which should be even more worrisome.
What the fuck is a good sense sub?
A what?
Mystic Purple is like, me over here just like, I can't afford it, but I really want a good sense sub right now. What the fuck is a good sense sub?
I have never heard of that.
Is that like a fast food
At least
chain?
I at least appreciate the nerdy guys I've encountered who think I'm hot, and their idea of flirting is just to talk to me about their interests instead of trying to just quote unquote fuck me. You know,
that's way better.
That is something that has always been attractive to me is passion.
Yes.
Just and about anything, like it. Gavin is so passionate about music. That is so fucking hot to me. Nothing turns me off more than indifference.
Like the fucking emo boys in high school who try to look all cool where they're like, I don't care about anything. That's not fucking hot, idiots!
Like, I want you to tell me more about the music you like.
Yeah.
Tell me about, like one of my favorite love languages is sharing my music. I love sharing music with people.
Yes.
That it makes me happy to give you some, like if I want to listen to K-pop with you, you've made it, pal. You've made it, buddy. You are friendo for lipo. Like, I don't know. I think that people should want to, like, I don't know. I just
People
I
should
never
enjoy
liked
things.
I never liked the idea of not being passionate about something. I think that was always weird. So I remember, like, being a teenager, you're supposed to not care. And I never got that. I thought, like, liking things and saying, like knowing a lot of the stuff about it and really wanting to express that through just expressing it. Just speaking your truth, telling me about this thing I don't know about. Like, please, teach me.
Just don't be a
Like,
dick
that's
about it.
That's hot, I think.
There's equally, however, it is very unhot if, like, you know a lot about a thing and then you're smug about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Where, like, you try to introduce someone to your hobby, like for example, a card game, and then you, like, make fun of them because they're not as good as you. That's not hot. That's like the biggest fucking turn off.
I remember when I was trying to get into Yu-Gi-Oh, and Gavin, like, and I was like, oh, I don't have a deck. Gavin went out, used his own work money to build me a deck, and then, like, sat down with me and told me, like spent like 2 hours with me just teaching me how everything worked.
Hell yeah.
And, like, I lost the first game I played with him, and he was like, hey, dude, it's alright.
It takes a while.
This game is weird. This game is very difficult in many ways. So you losing is okay. It's normal. And, like, as somebody who was used to being made fun of for not getting something right off the bat, I almost cried. I was like, for once, I'm not getting fucking shit on because I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I tend to instantly drop things if, like, the first time I give it a try, people just make fun of me. I'm just like, you know what? I've already got things that I enjoy doing. I'm not gonna fucking bother with you idiots.
Well, and, like, the whole time, like, if I fucked something up, he would just, like, gently be like, oh, no, actually, you do it this way. Oh, no, this is how it would go, because this, and this. Like, oh, you can't put out that one, because if you look at the little heart things there, it needs, like, a specific amount of sacrifices to put this card on the field.
That's a good man.
He's like, oh, yeah, it's okay. Don't sweat it. And, like, I would get, like, really flustered and, like, frustrated at myself because I didn't understand it. And he's like, babe, it's just a game. I'm not gonna yell at you over a card game.
Especially because, like, if you're trying to have fun, that's inherently how you not have fun, is be
if you want to get somebody into the game, just, like, be kind.
Yeah. So hold their hand and tell them that it's okay to fuck up every once in a while. It's not the end of the world.
Well, it's like, especially like with artwork, right? Like, that's why my first instinct is to, I never tell them how to change their art. I always tell them how to enhance it.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was talking with a friend of mine, and she was showing me her artwork, and she wasn't done with it. And I was like, "Oh, I do like the way that you blended out and made it kind of look like it have an airbrush effect on your shading. If you maybe you should try. I think you should try like a little bit of cell shading here and there to really like give it that cartoony look. I think it could really work good with your style. Because like not every ounce of advice you can give will work for that specific artist.
Yes.
Especially if that's not what they're going for.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell somebody how to shape a realistic nose if they're drawing like rubber hose. Like it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna fucking work. You're not gonna get anywhere. I also don't try to like I actually just finished drinking water. Thank you, Magic Fire. I also just don't try to to critique somebody's artwork unless they ask for it either. Like if I know that if they've said before like, "Oh, I'd take it anytime," then yeah, that's fine. But I don't try to critique somebody's shit without them like giving explicit permission to.
Yep.
It's just I don't know. I just don't do it. Artwork fucking up is part of the process, isn't it? I wouldn't consider it fucking up. I'd consider it baby steps. Cause like honestly, you can't really fuck up art. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think you can really fuck up art. Sometimes fucking up is the art.
Yeah.
I think so, anyways.
Alright, I think I'm gonna dip because my butt's starting to hurt and I'm getting hungry and I want to go love Demona.
Mm-hmm.
So you enjoy the rest of your stream, Ellie.
Well, I just finished my piece and I was gonna end it too.
We're all gonna end it!
Woo! We're gonna wait, hold on. Don't say that!
Oh, right. Okay, fair. I meant this.
Oh my god! That was funny. That was really fucking funny. Anyway, I'm gonna see, who can I raid? Who can I raid? Who is streaming at this moment that is not us?
Nobody on my watch list.
Let me check mine. Nope. It's just us.
Well, you losers are out of luck.
Well, wait, no. Dr. Crafty's streaming.
Oh.
Let me go.
How do I
you go to your chat and like on your chat on your channel.
Yes.
You go /host and it should give you channel little in brackets.
Oh.
So it's host channel and it's just Dr. Crafty, I think without the period. So just letting you guys know. Please be kind. Please be grateful. Or not great. Please be kind. Please be graceful. Do not advertise my streams on his because that is very rude.
It's not giving you the option. No.
Are you in your chat? Are you in?
I'm in my chat. It doesn't work for host or raid.
That's so weird. That's so weird. I don't like that. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Everybody have a good day. Again, like I said, be kind, do not advertise, and please follow his rules and Twitch's rules.
Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and.
I will. Just...
What? How? Okay, hold on. It's not. Apparently, it's invalid.
Crafty.
That's weird. Oh, because it's Dr. Crafty. Okay, never mind. It's not. It's all lowercase Dr. Crafty YVT.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Hang on. /raid. Nope. YVT.
Dr. Crafty VT.
Why is this not working?
Here, I'm gonna copy and paste what you put in your chat.
Do it.
That's not your chat. I put it in no mic.
Copy. Let fucking. Oh my god, there we go. Oh my god! It. What? It tried to. It said I wasn't in. I'm gonna scream. Control V. Nope, it tells me to join Twitch today. Okay, we're just ending. Fucking. Good night, everybody. Fuck.